We make a choice every day
to push harder,
to dream bigger,
to go beyond limits.
We balance lectures and late nights,
exams and extra training,
setbacks
and comebacks.
Because this is more than a university.
This is who we are.
Fueled by ambition,
United by belonging,
Driven by belief. The roar of the crowd,
The silence before the start.
in the shadow of those before us.
and the light of us to come.
The feeling when everything you've worked for
comes down to this moment. This is where sport and well-being unleash something greater.
Where you grow into someone who can shape not just your world, but our world.
The world.
this is more than sport.
more than university.
Edinburgh.
Be more.
Navaki beat Adam and others in that 50 in the 100 last night, so that was a super race. So 50 breaststroke as well for men to come.
Yeah. Petey just missing out on a podium on that one. It's a wee bit of a surprise, but
he's only just back, isn't he?
Just back, so. Yeah. Nice to see Adam back up here. This is one that he regularly was swimming at. As anyone that's been listening to Edinburgh International over the last few years, this is something he loves. He loves coming up here, and he enjoys just the event. It's been going for a long time. And as we've got 200 back. We've got Katy Shanahan, who's been a wee bit selective over the weekend. I think this is the only swim that she's doing. The Canadians are over. They've got a youth team, Madison Krieger, in the same heat as Katy. They've had 1 or 2 meet records, junior records that have gone, and the male backstroke follows that one. Cameron Brooker, Luke Greenbank and Matthew Ward. So again, that should be an interesting one for this evening. 200 breaststroke, and Hara Devons, winner of the 100, up against Anna Morgan, the winner of the 50, and no Cara Hanlon in that one, I don't think. But we've got Abby Wood in the third of the seeded heats. Butterfly follows that one. Edward Mildrew, Jacob Peters, Joe Litchfield, Josh Gammon. Again, good quality to look forward to in that one. And then we have the youngster Theodora Taylor, who's been swimming extremely well, going in the 100 free. Evie Davis, Scott, and Catherine Renfrew, with Freya Anderson going in the fastest heat. 400 free at the end for the guys. Taylor Melbourne Smith had a very comfortable win last night in the 800 free.
Up against Jimmy Guy though,
yeah.
So that should be a good one, meeting in the middle, and then we close up with the female turned IM, Freya Colbert. Will she get another British record? That'll be a tough one. But got Amelia Smith against her, who's been performing very strongly here, the youngster from Royal Tunbridge Wells. So full programme this morning. We're sticking off with the female 1500 freestyle, as we said. Now you can see the lineup on your screen. In this first heat, we've got Rebecca Malling from Bells Hill in 2, Ava Smith from Gary in 3, Ella Smith from Borough of Stockton in 4, Lily Eden, City of Sunderland swimmer in 5, Casey Crisp, East Kilbride swimmer in 6, and Lucy Hall from East Lothian, in lane 7. So this is 30 lengths of the pool in this one, and fastest in is Ella Smith, Borough of Stockton swimmer. She's had a busy weekend, like a lot of these swimmers. There have been multiple swimmings all the way across this. And see how this race evolves.
Those of you watching yesterday would have seen one of the swimmers had a very good 800. The 14-year-old Casey Crisp, who at the moment's 4th in that white cap, towards the far end in lane 6, East Kilbride. So she virtually dominated the heat.
Super swim yesterday, didn't she? Really good.
Yeah, something like a 9:32. Took best part of 10 seconds plus over entry time, which doesn't really happen at this time of the year for a lot of the swimmers, because it's not really a targeted meet for the juniors.
No.
We've got Scottish national age groups to look forward to in a few weeks' time.
Yep, 6th to 8th of April, something like that.
Yeah.
So around about then anyway. Up in Aberdeen again.
Yeah, well, I missed my Easter egg hunt that weekend, Tony. So
we'll have to put one on especially for you, shall we?
Well, I don't know. I'll have the joys of working with Duncan and the team, which is barely 3 weeks away. It's hard to.
Yeah, and then the British Championships.
Yeah.
And the weekend after, is it somewhere around about the 18th, so 14th to the 18th or something like that, 19th maybe. And at the Olympic pool in London, where a lot of the swimmers today will be aiming for. This is a sort of staging post on the way to those London meet British trials. They're the trials for Scotland and England swimmers for the Commonwealth Games. They are the British Championships, but both Scotland and England have chosen to use that meet as their selection trials for the Commonwealth Games, where it's all down to what you do on that day, in that week. And there are qualifying times to be made, plus where you perform, and they have to be made in that weekend, or that week's worth of swimming. I think Wales have a slightly different policy. They have a window, in Northern Ireland and others do as well, but building up to that meet. But that's a few weeks away, and here in Edinburgh there's people focusing on what they're doing today, and it's been a very good start. Ella Smith, the Borough of Stockton swimmer.
Yeah, we certainly found that yesterday and on Friday. The older swimmers' entry times were probably about a second per 100 metres slower than their PBs. Just sort of finding exactly where they are at this point in the season. It gives them a feel for what they're likely to do in a few weeks' time.
Yeah. Botella's looking good here. Casey moving into second. Very high tempo stroke there over there, Casey, the East Kilbride 14-year-old. With a Youth Academy member. And sixth in this event at Scottish Age Groups last year. Interesting to see how she progresses this year. But Ella has got a clear lead, 3:27.73. So that was that.
Fairly consistent splits.
110s, 111s.
Yeah.
So we haven't got our little race predictor over here, I don't think, have we? It's a very clever little spreadsheet that we can often use that helps you work out what the pacing's going to be.
Probably somewhere in the 1740s, I would guess, at the moment.
You try to be clever here, Robert, and not need the machine, are you? Is that's
yeah. The word AI doesn't compute with me, I'm afraid. Yeah, I'm an old numbers guy.
You got your abacus over there, have you?
Yeah,
excellent.
Just
well,
about.
Make sure you don't make too much noise; it'll interrupt the live stream. So,
yeah.
rattling around with the beads.
Yeah.
I've found the wee calculator, so you can carry on with your abacus. But I'm going to use a spreadsheet. That was a 4:39.55 at the 400, so we're somewhere around the 17:50 mark.
Well, that was my first cut, was it? 1750.
Very good.
Yeah.
You can. You're a great advert for the abacus. Well done.
Yeah. That's why we're now using lap cards for 400s. You can see the lap cards for 15 and 800, but maybe people are finding it difficult to count up to 8 now.
You see, they haven't got their phone in their hands when they're in
Exactly,
the water, so
yeah.
they can't count up to 16. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're slightly denigrating the youth of today, Robert. But anyway, but no, I hadn't appreciated that the 400s had the bell and the lap card. I actually think it's a pretty good idea, because it sounds a bit silly, but especially on short course at a 400,
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to lose.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing how many 14 and 15-year-olds get down to 12 lengths. They've done 12 lengths. They've then done the 14 lengths and finished extremely strongly, and realised, the swimmer that was third and fourth have just gone past me, and are doing another 2 lengths.
I've seen it happen on long course. My own son managed to do it on a long course 800. So, I think it's a good idea on the 400s. It just helps take away that stress of wondering whether you've done 12 or 14 lengths. And if you can make the swim, focus the swimmers' minds on the swim rather than counting, I think that's a good thing if it helps them out. But Ella here is, that was a faster 100 there. She's in the 111, so she's pacing really well. She's gone 66, 110, and then 3 in the 111s.
702 is expected thereabouts at the next split. I did jokingly say to some of the STOs down in the room yesterday, they maybe should introduce lap cabs for 200 free as well.
That might be just pushing it a wee bit.
There's the big problem we have if we don't have enough officials is you might struggle to get 6 or 8 bodies at the end of a pool to do lap cards, especially at some of the smaller meets that we have where you'll regularly have a 400. You won't have 800s and 1500s very often at some of the club meets. But yeah, another challenge.
Another challenge. But should also remind everyone that the lap cards are there to assist the swimmer. It's their responsibility, though, to make sure they've done the right length in the pool, not the officials. Although you do, as a swimmer, rely on the officials getting it right, but you can't. And I've seen it happen where they've where they've not. So as a swimmer, you do need to.
And I've been as guilty as anybody, Tony, because as an official myself, that's probably the worst job to put somebody called Robert Taylor at the far end with a lap card, because you end up chatting to the person next to you, and all of a sudden you've forgotten to move it back down to.
It's another 671. She's doing well, isn't she? Yeah, 1742 now, the splitting. So she's actually picked up the pace in these last few hundreds. So she's coming up to the halfway. So it's not just a case of doubling it, but it's often with the 1500, it's after the first 100, it's pretty even, Stephen, and you're not quite doubling, but you are not far off it. So we can get a good gauge here at the 750. And 49.08. So you can double that for me, Robert. There you go.
8:49.05. Yeah, okay. You want me to double that one? That becomes
1740-ish, isn't it?
Yeah, 38.10.
So let's see where Ella can keep this pace going.
But of course, 17:38.10 is on our current pace, and I think, Tony, you're saying that sort of 17:45-ish.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like at the moment.
So it's a big ask, but occasionally you do get a swimmer that goes out and does a negative split.
Yeah, it does happen. Definitely. Some swimmers purposely go out to do it that way, just try and keep within themselves in the first half and then really build on the second, third as they go through it. You can see there 35.7.
It's something I've never ever taken a note of, how many swimmers in the pool actually do negative splits. Maybe I should actually do that. I would think that it's probably less than 10%.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe 80-20 rule often applies. I think maybe 10 to 20% of them come back, but it's not normal, but it's definitely a technique that can be used. And if you're feeling particularly good and you just pick up the odd 1/10 of a second on that second half, saying on Monday, 1/10 of a second or two every 50 can make a lot when you're doing 30 lengths. 10:36.54.
So very steady swimming from Ella. Also good to see two swimmers really going another long. The two 14-year-olds, Lily Ebden from City Sunderland and Casey Chris from East Kilbride, are literally been together throughout the race in second and third place. The two girls into times roughly about 15 seconds of a gap. Casey's on paper a good bit slower, but after yesterday's swim, we did expect her to have a good swim hopefully today.
She had a good 200 yesterday as well. I think she did the 1500 and then straight in, well, not straight in, but later on in the same session had the 200 freestyle, so 802 in the one session, and she did an improvement on that as well. And then you can see very, very fast turnover there, Casey. Both 14-year-olds. They may well meet each other at the next gen meet. Lily is the Northumberland and Durham champion at this event in her age. So there, 11:47. 47.7. So another back down again. So she's doing really good swim here from. Well, this is a tough bit.
Yeah, this is where you can't afford to switch off the next 200 metres or so.
You can generally get yourself up for the last couple of hundred. It's these 300 before that you've got to really dig in. Casey's trying to pull away from Lily over there in lane 5 and 6, but they're having a great old ding dong. They've been trading places all the way through. Not to forget lane 2, we've got Rebecca Malling. She's a 15-year-old, yeah. She was third at the Scottish age groups last year. She won the Scottish summer meet in the summer, and
probably better over the longer distances, Rebecca, than the shorter distances. But that's the case with quite a number of these swimmers. They prefer maybe 400 and above. As they get a wee bit older, it becomes hopefully a wee bit easier to do the 100s and 200s. But to begin with, they certainly concentrate on the longer distances, if that's the 40.
Yeah, this is very, very consistent here from Ella. She's not been out the 111s since the second 100 that she swam, which is very, very consistent swimming. 33 2s to 33 4s on each of the 100s, and it's a real fantastic example of distance pace swimming for the youngster. One of the large contingent of northeast English swimmers up at this meet, and they're up at most meets that we have in Edinburgh. Great to see them all. And 14:10:30. Another 1:11:34 that time. So again, really, it's barely a tenth of a second between each of these hundreds. And that's her at the 1200. Just needs to keep it going for another 300. 17:44 is where she's anticipating coming out, so that'll be faster than her entry time. This is a good sort of mid-season swim. She'll still be in heavy training, you would expect. Well, Ella, 35.5 there.
Casey Crisp just pushing on now to try and open up a bit of a gap between herself and City Sunderland swimmer Lily Eden. A bit further back in fourth is Belsall swimmer Rebecca Malling. She's having a pretty steady swim as well. But a lot of these girls, especially the younger girls, have not had much opportunity after COVID to do distance. We started off with 50s and 100s, and it took us probably the best part of 2 years to really get the 800s and 1500s entered.
Yeah, no, it was a shame, but it definitely took it. That's when open water swimming really sort of came through, didn't it? During COVID, you could go and swim in a loch or a lake, and that was allowed, or a reservoir often, and a lot of swimmers got back into the water through that route and have carried on through, especially with distance swimming in the pool being pretty significantly curtailed.
Well, Ava Smith in lane 3, the Geary swimmer, does a heck of a lot of open water, as does Lucy Hall over on the far side from East Lothian swim team. See the black cap just in your caption coming through. The leader coming down with,
to that magic sound.
200 metres left, 16:33.40. Well, it certainly won't be a negative split, Tony, but 17:42 perhaps.
Yeah,
a nice strong finish. And that will be a nice wee PB.
Yeah.
That's all you can do if you can consistently keep dropping these times in the distance swims. It doesn't happen all that regularly, but she came into the meet with a PB from that Northumberland Durham meet, just missing out a medal. She'll be very happy that she can improve on that by a good maybe 6-7 seconds.
Yeah, it's been a super swim. Casey's coming in for an improvement as well. She's about 20 seconds behind. So she came in on an 18:10, and that feels that that's going to be beaten this morning. So hopefully that's good prep for her in preparation for those Scottish National Age Groups in Aberdeen. But here comes Ella Smith. Really strong swim from her. And 17:42 it is. 17:42.
Nice strong finish.
Yeah. Ended up with a 1.9 there for the last 100. So that was excellent swimming from Ella. Improves on her entry by about 7 seconds. So it's about half a second 100. And here comes Casey. Wins that battle with Lily. 18:09.39, so just scrapes in to get an improvement on her entry.
Yeah. Might have been a short course conversion, so whichever way you look at it, it's a long course PB and a pretty steady swim from Lily. She was sub 18 coming into the meet as well, but I'm sure she'll be pretty happy with that. It's good practice. Only, as I say, she's only 14, and the more you do, the better you get at this.
Yep.
Ava Smith completes the race. She might be a wee bit disappointed with that, but she's had a busy meet, the Geary swimmer. She's been doing 2 or 3 events virtually every single day.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we see her later on either.
Well, disqualification in that for a technical infraction, which we suspect is probably at the start. We don't know, can't tell you where it happened, but more likely than not, she went a wee bit early.
Bit galling to get disqualified in a 1500 front crawl, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you know the thing you did wrong was at the very beginning of that race. Very hard to get disqualified on freestyle other than with a full start.
Yeah, and it's annoying when you see it as a referee and you've got to take them out right at the beginning. And then they finish the race and think, that's a great race. And, the board goes clear. So we have our second of the 2 heats this morning. Isla Roberts from Hackney in 1, Ellie Lewis, Beckenham in 2, Evie Hans, Liverpool University 3, Lilith Elfall from City of Leeds 4, Katie Otterson, Newcastle Swim Team 5, Rolly Kerr-Muir, Plymouth College in 6, 7, Emily Johnson at Bath University, and our sole Scottish representative from Hamilton Baths is Lucy Hunter. Another swimmer who enjoys doing the distance stuff, Lucy. She's come on quite significantly in the last year and a half, from sort of virtually nowhere to getting herself in the mix for medals, and just trying to improve her times every time she goes in the water. So 104.37 to kick us off with. So we'll see how this one develops. Over on the far side, it's Emily, the oldest swimmer in this one at 20. All these swimmers quite a bit older than the first heat, 17, mostly 17, 2 18-year-olds, 119, 120. Of course, this is age as of the 31st of December. Good strong start over in lane 7. Ellie Lewis in 2, and Katie Otterson in 5, Beckenham and Newcastle respectively.
Looking pretty strong, isn't she, Emily?
So 2:13.31. So approximately 69 seconds there. Going a wee bit faster, as you can see on the splits, than anyone else in the pool at this early stage. And you usually find after 300 metres, all the swimmers get themselves into this sort of steady clop, whether it's pacing 69s or 69 and a halves, and they're pretty consistent from there onwards.
Metronomic.
It is, yep.
Is a word that's often used. There's Emily, 34.68, not that much different to Katy Oddiston, but the two of them are reasonably faster than the rest of the field. Emily, entry time 17.39. She did that at the Next Gen meet last year, where she was in the top 10 in her age group. The Bath University 20-year-old, and she's not totally stamped her mark on this one. She's a good couple of metres in the lead, but well, she was a second quicker there actually. That last 50 before that one, there was very close between Emily and Katy, but all of a sudden in that 50, she's
quite a big gap now.
Going a bit of a bigger gap. Yeah. 3:22.51.
So we could be pacing probably somewhere around about 17.10 or thereabouts.
It'd be a nice swim if she did. It's a big 20-second improvement on her entry if she would manage that. Well, let's see if she can stick with this one. Another 34 middle. Really Threlfall coming through a wee bit here on that last 50, but still very tight. The City of Leeds have had some good swims. City of Leeds have good setup there. Second in the Yorkshire Championships, Millie. And it's looking strong here from Emily Johnson. She does look good. And this is now up to 400.
Should be a high 4:31. No, it's actually quite a good 4:31, 4:31.34. That was a slightly faster 50 there, 34.21. She's actually pacing, as you say, Tony, a good second or so for every 50, just beginning to pull away even at this early stage. Barely going a third of the race.
Looks lovely, long, rangy freestyle there. Often in the 1500s, you can see lane 2. It's Ellie Lewis from Beckenham. Much faster tempo there, and compare and contrast with Emily up there in lane 7. Very different, all very effective either way, but it's good to see. She's getting faster and faster actually here, Emily. She's definitely picked up the pace. She's under 17.10 pace at this rate, so see what her plan is on this one.
I expect to split pretty close to 5:40.
1/3 of the way through.
Well, you get a feeling that this could be a very, very low 17 minutes.
If she can keep this up, it will be. That's 1/3 of the way through, and she definitely feels that she's getting stronger and stronger in these middle hundreds. It's a nice feeling. She's clearly feeling good in herself. Doesn't want to burst through too much. Talking of bursting through, that's Millie Threlfall. All of a sudden, she has created the space between herself and the rest of the field, and she's pulled through in this last couple of hundreds. So another 34 low for Emily. Millie in the 34s as well, so you can see there she's just starting to try and make moves.
Yeah, Millie the only other one who's pacing a little bit under 35s from time to time. The City of Leeds swimmer who's gone well clear in second. So whether it's race plan for the City of Leeds swimmer to go a little bit slower and build, we'll wait and see. 34.30. That's another second slower on that 100 from the first and second swimmers.
Yeah, The computer says 17:07 at the moment. We'll wait to see what actually transpires, but that's a very, very good swim if she manages that. And it's good to see. Quite hard to get first race in the morning. These guys will have been up very early in advance of this, starting at 8:30. We've been warming up straight away at 7:30 when the pool opened, but they'll have been up for at least an hour and a half before that. Yeah. So got to get yourself up for these 1500s. It will require a slightly longer warm-up than most just to get you moving and ready. So not bad. Your day is going to be over before 9 o'clock. 7:57.
Very, very steady pacing, Tony. 69s, sub 69s throughout. Very impressive. This will be the halfway. Pretty close to 8:30. 8:31.98 at halfway. So if you double that, you're looking at a finish time of 17:03.96. Don't usually see it as strung out as this at this point in the race, halfway gone. A massive gap between first and second, and even second and third. Two swimmers vying for third place in lanes 2 and 3. Ellie Lewis, Evie Hands, and they're a fair way clear of Lucy Hunter over on the far side, who's having a pretty steady swim in 5th place.
So, as we come up now, where were we on halfway? Did you take a note?
8:31.98.
Okay, so yeah, low 17s. It's definitely on, isn't it? And, Coach Mark Skimming will be pleased with this one.
Well, into time of 17:39.32. We don't know what our PB is, Tony. That could be a time, a fairly recent time, that she might have swam faster.
She swam it at the British Next Gen meet last year,
right,
17:39, and so it's been 9 months since that long course personal best for her, and she's clearly had a good winter season of training by the looks of things. So this race is anything to go by. Back still in the 68s. Again, she's been 68s. She's been in within 0.2. No 100 has been, so 108.66 up to 108.83. That's been the range of her hundreds in the last
brilliant
6 or 7. That's 0.2 difference across each 100 is pretty impressive. Well paced, well judged. Swimming here, that was a slightly slower 50, so that's going to be the commentator's curse here. So we should maybe keep our mouth shut. But, and you can see now that gap, the splits only ever come up on the screen when they're within 10 seconds of the leader. And she's now more than 10 seconds ahead. You can just see it just about first and second on either side of the screen.
Yeah, you can't even see the third and fourth swimmers now.
Right. Have we given her the kiss of?
Yeah, I think you have, Tony. That's
there we go.
Almost a 69.
Yeah, almost, but not quite. So she's still in the 68s.
Yeah, just.
Okay, I'm going to shut up.
Yeah. Well, that's the 2/3 complete. And this
is a tough bit.
Next couple of 100 metres, she's got to just try and keep this sort of mid-34s if possible. Well, as you say, 34.63, that has been the slowest 50 to date.
So she's just slightly starting to feel the pace, but still, she just needs to push on in this next couple of hundred. She doesn't want to let it go and drift. So fingers crossed she can stick at it on these really tough 1,000 to 1,300 in this 1,500. So that's that 12.
Well, that's the slowest it's been. It's a 69.12.
Yeah, still only half a second out from previous.
So looking at something pretty close to 13.44 when she comes down to the bottom end.
She's still 30 seconds up on her pace from the next gen meet last year, so it's a fantastic swim here. She's done really well. She's been on her own pretty much from the beginning, and lots of little battles going on in the rest of the pool. You can see there in lanes 2 and 3, Ellie Lewis and Evie Hands, and then up there at the top of the pool, Katie, Willow and Lucy in a nice little battle as well. They'll be pulling off each other. 13.42, 04.
Just
and that's back in the 68s. So
just picked it up a wee bit, and maybe just beginning to build it again.
Sonny is very consistent in that 1,000 to 1,200. It just is really tough. But let's not say that was a blip, really. That was only 0.4 down on 1/100 compared to the rest. So I think we do her a disservice by trying to suggest that was a blip, to be fair. Is she going to take a quick look just to see where she is? No, breathing over. Lap card next time will be only 3 lengths, so this is really building up now.
Yes, when she gets down to the next one, she'll be saying, right, I've got 200, and I just want to keep this pace and just up it that a little bit more. And she comes down to the marker when it shows 3. A mid 34 would be good. Well, that's actually been the slowest 50 we've seen, 14:51.42.
So back into the 68, that's good to see. 68.5.
Second base swimmer's best part of 20 lengths clear.
So Millie's about 15 seconds down, so she's looking at around 17.25s, which is only 10 seconds off her entry time, so that's a nice, strong, still a strong swim for Millie. Just been slightly overshadowed by the big improvement from Emily Johnson here out there in lane 7. Back to the 34s there.
Yeah, maybe a 17.07, 17.06 if she can really just push on in the final 100 and odd metres. Probably as close to 16 minutes as possible. 16.0049. So a nice strong finish. Let's hope that she can finish round about 17.06, 17.07.
Yeah, that'll be going some, but this has been an excellent example of well-judged, well-paced, steady, metronomic 1,500 metre swimming here from Emily Johnson, the 20-year-old Bath University student. Millie Threlfall has tried to push hard, but she's just been outgunned on this one. So a 34 low, let's see, if she can get a 33, that'll be a 17.07, what's she got left? You can hear the bells, the rest of the swimmers getting the bell at the other end of the pool. She's not quite lapped them, but she's at least 25 metres, 50 metres up on the rest of the field, accepting Millie. And here she comes, Emily Johnson. Super swimming from her. She should be delighted with this one. And And it's a 17:08.23. That is really, really strong swimming from her. That will feel very satisfying indeed from Emily. She'll be very pleased with that one, hopefully. Strong swim from Millie as well. It's a 30-second improvement for Emily. 17:28 for Millie.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, just 10 seconds off her entry.
I think Ellie's only going to be about 5 seconds or so, maybe a little bit more than that over her entry time.
She closes at 17:46.
Yep, and they're coming through.
17:49, and it was William Carrier.
Yeah, a lot of them adding maybe 10 seconds or so, 10 to 15 seconds. So a second per 100 metres is pretty respectable at this stage in maybe their training.
Yep.
Emily Johnson will be delighted to take over 30 seconds off a 1500. That doesn't often happen,
No,
especially for the older swimmers.
No, and it does lay down the marker for some of the swimmers in the outside lanes this evening's fastest heat. They're, so she'll probably feature in the top 8 for the whole meet, which is excellent stuff from her. So that's a super start to the morning swimming. It's 1500s can be very fascinating races, and that didn't let us down. So slight change of pace here. This is the Malin Open 50 breaststroke line up. We have 6 heats. Charlie Rogers, Team England in 2, Benjamin Davies from Mount Kelly in 3, Freddie Carter, Wickham District in 4, Regan Gallagher, Birmingham Uni in 5, and Eddie Kennedy from University of Stirling in lane 6.
29.89 to 29.96, 700 separate them on their entry times. It's Kennedy over on the far side, who maybe just shades it from Davis in 3. Very tight coming inside the final few metres here, and it may well just be lane 3 who's going to take this. Davis from lanes 5 and 6. We were almost together, and Davis takes that. Nice start for him. They're all over the 30 mark.
Yep.
30.04, 42 and 47 respectively.
Not too far off there for the Jamaican swimmer, Ben Davis.
So on to heat number 2. Ben Roberts, Grantham 1. Frederick Beasley, Team England 2. Ewan Weir, Phoenix Aquatics 3. Lachlan Small, Mount Kelly College 4. Alexander Turnbull, Isle of Man 5. Leo Aito from Hackney 7 is Robson Miles to the Glasgow and Rhys Dodds, Team England. Over in a no swimmer in lane 5, in 6 rather. It may well be lane 5 though. Alexander Turnbull coming through is Lachlan Small to try and challenge between those two on the touch. Lane 4 maybe just got that. Yeah, he did indeed. Lachlan Small 29.49. The Mount Kelly swimmer takes that one. Just inside his entry time.
Yeah, nice swim.
As was Alexander Turnbull, both of them 400s faster, 29.53. Miles 29.82 in 3rd.
So that's a good swim there for Lachlan. That his entry time was from the next gen meet where he bronze medalled last year, so that's showing good form to improve on that just now. Next heat, Leon Taylor, Brighton, Mieke van Berk from University of Aberdeen Performance, Joshua Sackrey, City of Peterborough, Ed Armitage from Derwentside and Gateshead, William Irvin from Mount Kelly, Jamie Steadman, Team England, Nicholas Land, Newcastle, Royce Congillis from Glasgow. And strong start in 4. Ed Armitage, the Derwentside and Gateshead swimmer. It's pretty tight, going well as well in 1 and 2. Leon Taylor and Mieke van Berk. Oh, there's not a lot between them, is there, on this one? Who is going to get the touch? Maybe lane 6 now coming through. It's Jamie Steadman, I think. Yep, 29.35. for Jamie. Part of that swim Team England. He was 6th in the junior final here last year, so he'll be not eligible for that this year. So hoping he might get himself into a B final. We'll have to wait and see. That's 29.35 for him. Just under his entry.
Lane 4, Heat 4. Olivia Verdun, University of Stirling 1. Joshua Mitchell, Edinburgh University 2. Marcus Ikovidis, Nicosia 3. Philip Novaki from Millfield School 4. Rory Dixon, University of Stirling 5. Finn Kemp, Liverpool University 6. Christian Ryan 7. Bath University. And Joshua Press, University of Stirling in lane 6. Well, Novaki's had a super meet, and he's putting it together again in this one, pulling well clear, and he's got this by best part of a body length, lanes 5 and 6 perhaps. Rory Dixon, Finn Kemp, long way back, virtually a second or so. Well, that was an impressive 27.61 for Novaki.
Yeah,
Tony, it's looking good.
Class swimmer in that field. Was second at the European Juniors last year. Just missed out on a medal at the World Juniors in the 50, but won the 100. Here's the next heat. Lachlan Reid in 1, Ronnie Hallett 2, Jacob Arman in 3, Archie Goodburn in 4, Greg Butler in 5, Rafe Dobson in 6, Dimitrios Taligakos in 7, and Ed Robinson in lane 8. Archie in lane 4. He's the Scottish record holder, 27.12. And a great start from him there. My goodness, he's already got a body length up on the rest of the field. He did that British record, Scottish record, sorry, at the Bucks Championship just a few weeks ago at Sheffield. He's the reigning national Scottish champion, long and short course.
Half a chance.
And here he comes in.
Oh, it's pretty close.
27.44.
That was a great swim from Archie.
Up on the Novaki time, so already building up to a cracking final. And we've still got Adam Peaty to come.
Peaty to come, yeah.
So Greg Butler second, Jacob Arman in third, but Archie Goodburn showing good form there on that 50. He was off from the gun very fast. Final heat. Connor Mitchell, Adam Bradley, Charlie Joe Hallett, Adam Peaty, Max Morgan, Josh Inglis, Can Tugatine and Andrew Arthur. So Max Morgan had a good 100 last night. He was 5th in that World Junior final, just behind Philip Novaki, and he's going to push Peaty hard, you'd expect. Peaty is the old pretender. Max is one of the youngsters coming through, and it's very tight between the two of them. Max is not giving anything to Adam Peaty here, but who's going to get the touch? Oh, it's very tight. Adam may just use all his experience there, and he does. And he is the fastest. But my goodness, he was pushed all the way there, wasn't he, by Max Morgan? Well, there we go. 27.36, 27.44, 27.51, 27.61.
Quarter of a second.
So that's a new Edinburgh International Junior record for Max.
Yeah.
Beats it by over a second. Judy Dickstrata from before, but that's 27.51. Smashes the meet record. And well, it looked like we had a three-way tie there for the first reserve.
Did we?
For the second B final, maybe. We'll see. I may have got that, Joe, slightly wrong there, but hey, that's not bad. That was a cracking set of 50 breaststrokes there.
Butterfly to follow. 6 heats. Heat 1, Lucy Turner, Loughborough University. 2, Lily Della, Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monsoon. 3, Amber Hinton, Dumfries. 4, Lily Green, Mount Kelly College. 5 is Ashley Drake, University of Stirling. 6 is Kiana Kurtza, Warner Bass Club. And 7, Phoebe Weberall, City of Wakefield. Ashley Drake was almost about to say Warner Bass Club, but she's moved up to Stirling now.
Yeah, just in the first year there. Up against her old teammate, Kiana Kurtza, in lane 6. Fastest in is Lily Green, no. the Mount Kelly swimmer.
Maybe just a wee bit noise in the gallery. I don't know what happened there, but the girls were just about ready to get underway, and our referee, our officials, just got them to stand down. That happens from time to time because we've got to ensure fairness all round. I think we're good to go now. 28.67 to 20.89. So again, on paper, all very close. Pretty level start here. No one really dominating.
Maybe lane 8, 7, sorry, Phoebe Wetherall, the Wakefield swimmer.
And beside that, Kiana Kurtza. Coming through in lane 3 is Amber Hinton. Very, very close at the death. It's the far side, 7.61. Phoebe Wetherall, 28.74, 29.05, lane 6. Kiana Kurtzer and Lucy Turner, 29.14, takes third, just ahead of Amber Hinton.
So a nice improvement on her entry there for Phoebe. 2, Kalila Smith in 1, Lauren Cox in 2, Catherine Roberts in 3, Chloe Harris in 4, Emily Maxwell in 5, Georgia Holgate in 6. In 7, we have Georgina Hawkins and Anna Dunlop in 8.
So now to heat number 2.
So another close one here, only 0.3 between these, so sorry, no lane 5, so no Hal Harris. Very strong start though from lane 6, Jessica Huggins, part of the Team England setup. And very, very tight between them. It's going to be 6-8 and 4 here. Who's going to take it? Very, very tight. Maybe lane 2 actually. It was Lauren Cox. 28 to 26.
Just wait for that to be confirmed.
Normally a backstroke of Lauren, but she's a tidy 50 fly there.
I think there might be an infraction there, Tony.
Wait and see.
Being a referee, I'm in the best position. We are quite high up here, so I'm surmising what this infraction is for.
Lane 6. Lane 6 has been disqualified for a technical infraction.
And I can probably tell you what it is.
I'm guessing it was a false start.
It wasn't a false start, no. Swimmers must break, their head must break the surface of the water
15.
before the 15 metre mark. She had such a good start. She was about 17 metres beyond the marker.
It's a shame.
And Sean Dawson, our official, spotted that. Well done, Sean.
Poppy Babbitt in 1, Sierra Broadbelt in 2, Megan Higgs in 3, Maxine Clark in 4, Hal Harris in 6. In 7 is Maddie Hind, Tilly Collingmore in 8. Sorry, no lane 3, sorry. No Megan Higgs. Oh, a very strong start here in 5 though from Hal Harris. Hal Harris, the pool swimmer, has gone very, very strong and she's really taken this one out. She comes in 27.9. That's nicely under her entry time there. So she maybe in a shout for a swim later. We'll see. Sarah Broadbelt second. Maxine Clark, one of the many Canadians, in third. Ella Thornburg in 1. This is heat 4. Ciara Morris, Tallulah Paisley, Emmy Halksfist, Sky Carter, Shola Robinson, Ranumi Ishwaraj and Taryn Weatherhead. This is your first of your circle seeded heats.
A couple of Canadian girls in the outside lanes. I'm sure they'll swim pretty fast, Tony. They've been performing very high level.
Emmy Halkvist, the Swede, was in the European Junior final in this one last year. 4th at this meet as well. And it's very tight between her and Sky Carter, the 19-year-old from Mount Kelly. She was 8th in that final, so just edged out Emmy. But I think Emmy's going to get revenge here as she comes into the wall, and she's going to take this one.
Lane 2.
No, Emmy gets it 27.58.
Ciara Morris was in the mix there.
Yeah. It's down on her entry time, but she takes that one. See how that fares against the rest. Ciara Morris and Skye Carter, second and third.
So Sophie King, Emma Alston, Morgan Brophy, Maria Camzo, Blythe Kinsman, Rosalie Phelan, Faith Huda, Jessica Gable. This is the second of the series heats. Nice clean start, I think.
So Flavia was the champion in that European Union final that we've already had. Emmy and Skye Carter participating in that. So let's see what she can do here in lane 4. But it's not her that's taking the lead. Blythe Kingsman also going strongly in 5. Normally backstroke specialist, but who's going to get it?
Lane
I
4,
think it is.
Just lane 4 from 5 and 6, 27.30, much faster than that previous heat. First two were faster, and the third swimmer almost the same time. So I'm sure those three will be safely into the super final with those times.
See what happens in this last one.
On to the last, Yas Perry, Isabella Caro, Mary Randval, Tamara Paturka, Lucy Grieve, Catherine Renfrew, Abigail McInerney, Josephine Klein.
6, Yasmin Perry, Isabella Caro.
He was good
On their
start.
way in lane 4 was Paturka, and then on the halfway mark she's about half a body length there. She's got this wrapped up pretty solidly here, Tony.
This looks very impressive.
Yeah.
She's a lot faster in. 25.6 is her entry time, which she did in the heats at the World Championships. And she's going to take this one, 26.56.
Yeah. Lucy Grieve just getting into second. Very good time for Lucy Grieve. That's his third fastest on a 27.33, but 26 and a half. Yeah, 26.56. Cracking time.
So we're going to get provisional finalists there.
And 28.27 is sorry, that's the confirmation of heat 6 is 27.64 is into the final.
Equal 9th, Skye and Isabella.
Yeah, it's okay, but we may well have
Equal
a swim off
17th for first reserve.
Yeah. No equals further down, which probably, I don't know if a 36th equal will have any significance for those two juniors, and one disqualification in that last one.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
And you can see we're moving on to the 100 freestyle now.
Roshan Tibiti from Stirling University 1, Zach Slater, Edinburgh University 2, Josh Denham, University of Stirling 3, Amel Delanin, Team England 4, Evan Davis, City Cardiff 5, Alexandra Leonor Furio, Kelly College 6, Ben Uff, Team England in lane number 7.
So 6 heats of this today. Strong start in 7. Ben Uff from Team England. Also going strong in the middle, lane 4. And 5, Evan Davies. The City of Cardiff swimmer. Second at the Welsh Championships last summer. Finalist at the Welsh Winter Meet, which was a long course meet this year. Going strong is Evan Amel Delanin, the Team England swimmers, trying to push back at him, but I think Evan's got this, and he comes through. Yeah, 51.24. So that is under his entry time. So the 20-year-old from City of Cardiff takes that one. Amel second. Oisin Tebbit, an Irish swimmer, takes third.
Line up for Heat 2, Matthias Christoph, Mount Kerry College 1. University of Stirling swimmers Liam Dawson 2, Arna Alkers 3, Loughborough University in 4 and 5, that's Harry Robinson and Ruben Robotham Keating. University of Stirling's Liam Molan in 6, Maxwell Adams, Wickham District 7, and Adam Bradley, Swim Ireland in 8. 50s, high 50s, low 51s in this. Smartly away in 4, Harry Robinson. 50.81 entry time, and he's pushing on a halfway mark. Over in lane 7, going nicely, Maxwell Adams from Wickham District. 24.65 for Maxwell. 7th at the Bucks University meet. It's back in the hands of Harry Robinson in 4 and pulling away. Very close for second. Robinson has this. Robotham Keating possibly second, and might be just lane 7. Adams just hangs on to take third, but Robinson 50.92, a little bit slower in his entry time. Robotham Keating and Adams second, third.
Strong there, swim there, Harry, just outside his entries, but
Jack Knight, City Cardiff 1, Matthew Baker, Bath University 2, Dean Fern, University of Stirling 3, Scott Gibson, Edinburgh University 4, Arvold Chahal from University of Stirling 5, Josh Williams, Swansea University 6, Jensen Norris, Perth City 7, Aidan Kay, City of Glasgow and 8. We have Bennett Lane in lane 2, no Matthew Baker. And all the sort of mid to high 50s here. So
pretty tight, isn't it, across the
pretty
field?
Close, isn't it? Yeah.
Not a lot between them. Maybe lane 3.
4 and 3 perhaps. Yeah, Scott Gibson, Dean Fern. The two Scots almost together.
Coming through, Arvin Chahal just coming through here, and also going well in lane 8 is Aidan Kay, City of Glasgow swimmer. Oh, there's not a lot between this, is it? It's remained pretty tight all the way through.
Cheval.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cheval from lane 3. Well, it's actually Josh Williams, Scott Gibson. Dean Fern just dying at the end there. Pretty good swim there for Cheval.
Malaysian swimmer.
51.35, a lot slower than the entry times though. And win the heat.
Moving on to heat 4, Oliver Watts, Loughborough uni swimmer in 1. Oliver Morgan, more known as Backstroker, trying his arm here at Freestyle. Birmingham uni in 2, Leon Kim, Canada in 3, Alexandra Cahoon from Loughborough in 4, Jack McMillan, University of Stirling in 5, Dan Jones from Swansea University in 6, Abdul Jabbar Adama, Mount Kelly in 7, Aaron Bissett, Brighton College in lane 8. This is a pretty stacked field. Alex Cahoon, the current on the next gen meet, is a podium potential swimmer, 22-year-old from the Loughborough Performance Centre, but he's got company with Jack McMillan, part of that 4x2 quartet, or Kim, 6 now.
Kim going well, the young Canadian though.
Still Alexander Cahoon.
He's had a very good meet so far. Well, it's very close between
Jack McMillan now.
Yeah, Jack McMillan now coming through very strongly indeed here. It's Jack's race over on the far side. Trying to get in the mix is Aaron Bissett, but it's a 5.43, McMillan, Cahoon and Kim, 49.66. A lot slower than the entry times, but it's make sure you win the heat.
Yep.
So 50.11 for Kim, that might be just about thereabouts to get into final.
He's got the safety net of a junior final though, which I'm sure he will definitely make. That was pretty good for Jack. 48.8 was his entry, 49.6, not too far. Here we go. David Cumberledge making a comeback, another comeback from Edinburgh Union 1. Stefan Kravic, his teammate, in 2. Jordan Cooley, Loughborough Performance Centre, in 3. Jacob Mills from Repton in 4. Gabriel Shepherd, City of Leeds, in 5. Thomas Leggett, it's the University of Stirling, in 6. Rio Dowdou, Mike Kelly in 7, and Rudy McKinnon from Glasgow, City Glasgow, in 8. In 4, we have Jacob Mills. Gabriel Shepherd was just missed out on medals at the European and World Junior finals last year, so he's certainly one to watch in 2nd at the moment. Jacob Mills is in the lead, but this is very tight between the two of them. Also going strong in 3, Jordan Cooley, the Loughborough swimmer, and it does look like Jacob Mills is just pulling away from Gabriel. Here we come. Oh, Gabriel's come back a bit at the end there. 49.1, so that's the fastest we've seen so far.
Yeah, I kind of think those 3 will be in the final. 50.01.
Yeah.
50.11 for Kim, finishing in 3rd that previous heat. Puts them very much on the cusp. Hence what we've got. This is the fastest seeded heat. Lachlan Panat, Edinburgh University 1. Andreas Vazios from Greece in 2. Marek Roberts, Loughborough University 3. Matt Richards, Manchester Performance Centre 4. Jacob Whittle, Repton 5. And Angelo Gianni TD, Loughborough University 6. Frederick Ashley Sparks, Wickham District 7. And Samuel Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom in 8. Smart no lane 1, Lachlan Parrott at Maddox. Roberts in lane 3, going very smoothly at this early stage. Also in there is the Greek Masios, 23.51. Well, this is a lot faster, and Richards, you just think will come through very strongly, as you can see. And here comes Richards. Those 3 pretty sure will be in the final. Richards doing enough probably just to get 2nd, or maybe even 1st. Just takes it. And those 3 will certainly all be in the final. 49.02, 49.15, 49.45. And it could be that the 50.01 is a borderline.
Yeah, I think you need to do 49 or a very, very low 50 to...
50.01 might even be a dead heat. I don't know if it's pretty close. Yeah, it's 50.07. So Kim just misses out.
That's your B finals provisionally. And those swimmers just miss out. Some will get captured into the junior final. We'll wait to get the...
no equal places at all further down the field, which is good, because that would it's a wee bit concerned that we might have to have a swim-off for a junior final.
It's amazing, isn't it? Paul, our colleague, is desperate for swim-offs when we sit in this. He loves a swim-off. I have to say I love a swim-off as well, but generally, because it allows the swimmers, they generally always is that's an oxymoron, but they pretty much do better in their swim-offs than they do in the heat swim that they've had before. It's something about them that brings out the best in swimmers. It's quite exciting.
It's just you don't want to swim off on a 400 IM.
No, 400 IM would be tricky.
I've had it before. We had one on day 1, a 200 breaststroke. That was quite unusual as well.
Well, if you were feeling bad, just think how the swimmers felt, Robert. I mean, they would have been
even
more upset than you were.
Well, I think one of them was quite pleased because they became first reserve, and somebody pulled out and they got a swim.
Got a 3rd swim.
Yeah. Sadie Hunter, Team England in 2. Rebecca Reid, Aberdeen 3. Elizabeth Curfey, Isle of Man 4. Poppy Worthington, Mount Kelly College 5. Leah Connell, Swim Connacht, and in 7, Grace Brown, the Newcastle swim team. This is the first of 5 heats of female 200 backstroke. In lane 4, Curfey from the Isle of Man takes it out nice and strongly, 33.4. So 4th at the Island Games. That was
Got a big contingent
Yeah.
of swimmers who swam at those Island Games at this meet. I know our colleagues who've been working on the commentary were both there and had a fantastic week, or 4 or 5 days in Orkney. The sun shone like very, very rarely does, and there was some fantastic swimmers, fantastic swimming. It looked like a great atmosphere.
I was almost going to say just a month or two ago, but it was almost 8 months ago, Tony.
Yeah, doesn't time fly?
Yeah.
And Leah Connell is the one who's taken the lead, the Irish swimmer. She was won the B final at their Irish Championships, and she's just been overtaken though by the swimmers in 4 and 5, Elizabeth Curfey and Poppy Worthington, Isle Man and Mount Kelly 17-year-olds, and not a lot between them, but Poppy has just taken up the lead there in 47.28, and so is she going to pull away? Yeah, this looks pretty strong from her. 2:21.7 was her entry.
Just maybe a second or so over it, potentially.
Bit of a comeback here in lane 4 from Elizabeth. Got a lot to do though. Early leader Leah Connell's hanging on for third. But here comes Poppy Worthington, 2:23.84. Solid heat swim for her. So the result confirmed there. And moving on to the second heat now. We've got a full complement of 8 swimmers in this one. Amy Shields, Edinburgh Uni swimmer in 1, Millie Linton, Borough Stockton in 2, Constance Logan, the City of Brighton and Hove in 3, Laura Ann Marshman, University of Stirling in 4, Petra Varga from Team England in 5, Managi Rupasinghe, Wickham District in 6, her teammate Alicia Bethel, Wickham District in 7, and Elizabeth Land from Newcastle in lane 8. A couple of seconds between all of these swimmers coming into this. You see the 2 bright green hats of Wickham District over there. We had a strong contingent, good swims from them across this weekend. And swimmers in the centre, Laura Ann Marsham of Stirling Uni and Petra Varga, the Team England swimmer. Petra was a finalist at the Next Gen meet at Sheffield last summer. And, she goes in lane number 5. Laura Ann Marshman, Stirling University swimmer, is in 4, but at the moment it's lane 3. That's Constance Logan, Brighton swimmer, sister of Edinburgh Uni student Arthur Logan, who's been peppering the fastest heats in the long distance events. And Constance has gone off to a very strong start here.
Second at the Welsh Winter meet,
yeah.
And it's about half a body length at this early stage. Going nicely. Laura Ann Marshman, University of Stirling. We're just biding our time. 6th at the McCulloch meet recently. It's all pretty tight. 4 of them separated by just over half a second. 1:08.66. Sri Lankan getting into the mix in lane 6, and it's still pretty tight. Advantage still with Constance Logan.
A good third 50 here from her.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 all very much in the mix. Constance still maintains that wee bit of an advantage. It's 0.15, and coming through is Varga in lane 5. She looks a serious threat now. She's getting it together and just beginning to pick it up, and it may well be Petra Varga who's going to take this one. She just hits the front, I think, now. And it's Varga that's just ahead. A little between the two. Varga's going to take this. Second will be low again. And Mingarupa Singh takes the 2:21.19. Very solid swim. A wee bit slower than their entry times, but another good race.
Yep, see whether they get themselves into junior finals, those two. It'll be tight, but they might just manage it and put themselves in a good position to do so. Right, next heat, heat 3. Gabrielle Freeman from Morpeth in 1, Lottie Cullen, Swim Ireland in 2, Millie Wells from Loughborough University in 3, Niamh Ward from Bath University in 4, Sophie Weston, her teammate in 5, Melissa Mainwaring, City Glasgow in 6, Mia Collier, Birmingham University in 7, and Jessica Hum from Bath University in lane 8. First of the circle seeded heats, Niamh Ward, Bath University in the centre lane here. It's, second at Bucks recently, one course meet at Sheffield. She won the Next Gen meet last summer, so she's coming in with good form. 2:09.4 was her entry, 6th at the European Champs. So 7th in this final last year. So coming with some good solid swims over the last year. So European under-23s she was a finalist in. Strong start though, 30.97.
Yeah, good, almost a second ahead of Lottie Cullen, turning in second there. Swimmer, we're up in Irish Championships. At the moment, those two are clear of the third and fourth swimmers in lanes 3 and 5. Millie Wells, Sophie Weston. Good start from Niamh. Good body length clear, and probably extends that advantage a wee bit more. It's getting on for 2 seconds, 1:04.81. Weston and Mills close behind, almost together in third. Let's come down towards the 150 mark. Looking good, isn't she, Niamh Ward?
She does, yep. Commonwealth Games consideration, you'd think. She's up against Honey Osrin from an English perspective, and see where that goes in April at the Olympic pool, but she's just about going to hold on here, I think, to take this heat.
Finish around the 2:13 mark, 2:14 perhaps. Cullen looks to be good enough for second. Well, a wee bit slower, 2:15.03, but doing plenty, I'm sure, to get into the final. 2:15.65. We'll see if that is good enough for Lottie Cullen also to get into the A final.
Yep, I think it probably will be, but we'll just have to wait and see. But whilst the heats to come have got swimmers who can go considerably faster, I suspect they'll be just pacing it as well. And there's the first of those next heats is Isabel Mather from Team England in 1, Caitlin Ebbage from University of Stirling in 2, Matilda Potter, City of Leeds in 3, Honey Osrin, Loughborough in 4, in 5 is Candice Hall from the City of Sheffield, Beatrice Farley from Plymouth College in 6, Evie Hallisey from Newcastle in 7, and in 8 it's Heidi Wren, City Glasgow. And Honey Osrin here, the podium potential Loughborough Performance Centre swimmer, matched up with Niamh from the previous heat in many meets last year. They traded gold and silver at Bucks at the Next Gen meet and the Swim England Winter Championships. She was, of course, a finalist at the Olympic Games in Paris, Honey, where she was 7th. And even almost as importantly, she was 3rd here last year.
More importantly, she was 3rd. Yeah.
Got no Caitlin Abidge actually, but the rest are through, and it's Honey Osrin and Candice Hall are taking it out. Honey's there, 31-2, slightly down on Niamh in the previous heats. But, strong start here from Honey.
It looks as though she has this under control, about a body length clear, Tony. Looking good at this early stage. Both of them as though they're doing just enough in this early stage. 105 and 105.97. Pretty steady.
Yeah.
Both are going to be much about the same time as the previous heat.
They know what they've got to do, though, don't they? There's no need to, at this stage of the year, sometimes at these meets, swimmers do go really hard in the morning because they know they've got to learn how to perform at their best in the heats. But at this stage of the season, more likely just doing what they need to do in the morning. They'll be swimming likely a couple of swims a day or events a day, so it's almost part of a training program, and they'll just do what they need to do in these morning heats. The majority of them, there will be some who really go for it, but Honey has done enough, looks very comfortable. She's now slightly faster than Niamh was in the previous heat. She comes into the wall, right hugging the lane rope there. 2:13.72, so she is the fastest so far.
Candice Hall comfortably second, 2:16.15. So that I'm almost sure will get her into the super final. It's the I think that's the 4th fastest time for Candice, so that should be good. So probably sub 2:17 if you want to get into the super final. That's probably for the first 3 in this heat. Might be a big ask for the rest of them to do a sub 2:17 at this stage of the season. So our final heat, Honey Anvil, Mount Kelly College, teammate in 2 Clementine Lavelle, 3 Isabel Liptrot, Wigan Best, 4 Katy Shanahan, University of Stirling, 5 Addison Krieger from Canada, 6 Grace Davison, Swim Ireland, 7 Abigail McInerney, Inverclyde, and 8 Fruak Ludwig, Upper University. Katy Shanahan, 2:05.50. She's the Scottish record holder and also the junior record holder in this. Out steadily, but just a little bit faster was the Canadian swimmer who's had a really super meet, Madison Krieger. She's in at a 2:09.88, and I'll be interested to see if she pushes it on in lane 5. Katy at this early stage out pretty steadily, as was Krieger and Davidson.
Krieger's got a couple of junior meet records through the weekend. She's been swimming very, very impressively. Kind of got a fancy that she'll maybe not in the heats, but she'll really push hard into the final this evening.
Yeah, I kind of fancy that she'll take that meet record in this evening's final, because we're taking it for granted that she'll be there. I'll be gobsmacked if she's not.
Yeah, she was just missed out on a medal at the World Juniors. Madison, she got 4th place. Katy Shanahan got a silver at the European Short Course champs last year in the winter. Got the Scottish record in there. But it's two of them at the moment, and sticking with them is Grace Davidson, the Irish swimmer, and the Irish champion, no less.
Oh, meet record might actually go, Tony.
Junior one.
The junior one, yeah. If she comes back in a 34, I think she's probably going to do that.
Yeah, she's going to get a 2:13, 2:12, isn't she?
Yeah.
By the looks of things, so she's not hanging about.
Still looks very relaxed, doesn't she?
Yeah. These Canadians have been on fire over here. They've certainly brought some intensity to the meet, and this is going to be that.
Yeah,
that looked pretty comfortable, actually.
Yeah.
She didn't. Don't want to do her a disservice, but she looked very, very strong there, and more to come maybe. I mean, her entry time is a 2:09, so Grace Davison edges out Katy Shanahan as well.
Yeah. Those three are certainly in the final. Those are the three fastest times. So 2:16.96, I think, will get them in. That was the third swimmer from the first of the seeded heats.
Well, that was a bit of a surprise, but all in the heats. Oh, we didn't get the lineup for the finalists, so we'll have to wait for that one. Never mind.
Yeah.
As you can see on your screen, it's the male and open 200 backstroke. We don't often have the same event one after the other, but
so there we are. 2:16.96 on the nose. Yeah. Big drop to 2:19.
Yeah. Constance just gets herself in the B final. Well done. And we'll then have to
Thankfully
leave others.
Yeah. No equals, thank goodness.
With their computers to work out who's going to be in that junior final. Gets a bit complicated, and obviously we have swims this afternoon. There's a whole series of heats this afternoon with people who had slightly slower qualifying times, but that does not mean that they cannot make finals. We've had a number of people, particularly in the junior finals, coming in from the afternoon, but also in B, and did we have an A final? We didn't have an A final, but we've definitely had a few B finals.
A few getting into B finals. I don't think we had anybody getting into an A final.
Oh, that would be slightly surprising. Sometimes at these meets you do. Some of the swimmers are meant to swim in the morning, but they've got an exam or something that they then get allowed to swim in the afternoon, and that has happened, but not this weekend.
No exam Saturday, Sunday, so no excuse.
Actually, there were at the Scottish Short Course in December. There were exams on Saturdays.
Were there? Oh, right, okay.
But it's not exam season at the moment, so we're all good.
Alfio and Wigan Best 1, Gavin Shinkleshute. Canada in 2, Artem Chibut. Swim Leinster 3, Moritz Bauganther from Loughborough University 4. Zachariah Dale, Team England 5, and teammate Edward Ormsby in 6. Joshua Hill, Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monson in 7. 2:06.28, 2:07.20, or 2:07.80. And two guys virtually together coming down to the halfway mark. The Canadian Shinkleshute and Irish swimmer Chibut in lanes 2 and 3 respectively. Canadian swimmer just with the advantage. He's got an entry time of almost 2:07, 2:06.99. And he'll be wanting to try and get as close to that as possible. Beginning to open up a wee bit of a gap now. There's Chibut over Shinkleshute. Still about half a body length.
Yeah, he's not. Artem is still the fastest in the pool. Can Gavin come back? He was in the 50 freestyle junior final last night, Gavin, and showing some strong versatility here in this 200 backstroke. He was a medalist at the junior final of the Canada Games last year, and he is pushing hard. Moritz Baumgartner's coming back as well. Who's going to get the touch? Gavin's come back hard. Artem just holds on. A solid swim from both of them.
Yeah.
Gavin still in with a shout for the junior final. You kind of thinking he's probably got a good chance of doing that.
Yeah. Quite a number of juniors to follow in heats 2, 3, 4 and 5. But, pretty solid swim. He's got a half a chance.
Yeah, there's about 13 or 14 of them left, so outside chance you'd think. Heat 2, Louis Thorne, Team England in 1, Jake France, University of Stirling in 2, Jack Simpson from University of Stirling in 3, Callum Peebles, Edinburgh University in 4, Edward Marcus Whistles, Edward Marcel Whittles from Chelsea and Westminster in 5, Benjamin Twynham from Surrey University in 6, Henry Taylor, Team England in 7, Reuben Thomas, Mike Kelly in 8, Callum Peebles fastest in, Edward Marcel Whittles was finalled in the bronze medal, I think, in the 200 IM, and bronze, I think, again in the 400 IM last night. Also made the 200 fly final, or B final anyway, so he's been a busy swimmer this weekend, and he's showing some versatility. Get some good 200 back training, race training for his IMs, I think. But it's Callum Peebles, the Edinburgh University swimmer, who is in the fastest lane, but it is Edward Marcel Whittles from Chelsea and Westminster who has taken the early lead. He was a B finalist here last year in this event. Jake France, actually, 29.62. So that's the University of Stirling swimmer. He's a B finalist at Bucks, and he's gone out strongly in 5. Edward Marcel Whittles just trying to go with him. Also trying to stick with him is Connor Cherrington, no, the Jack France, who was leading, but it's now Edward Marcel Whittles who's stretched on that second 50. And all of a sudden he's got a decent lead. He's been very busy this weekend, getting in the race yards in advance of the British champs in April. He'll be peppering around a number of different events, trying to get in that Commonwealth Games team. The competition is fierce, and it's now a two-way race between Edward Marcel Whittles and Jack Simpson. Jack Simpson, University of Stirling, once of City of Glasgow and Scotia before that. And he's pushing really hard now on Edward Marcel Whittles. He was junior finalist at the British champs last year, was Jack. He won his event at Scottish Age Groups and was junior finalist last year here. Is he going to edge it? I think he might, you know. Oh, he doesn't. 1/100th. 2:07.68. That was very tight. Jack Simpson just being edged out there. Both slightly off their entries, but solid heat swims this morning. It's day 3 of this meet. A lot of these swimmers will be feeling it. Yep. So solid swims there for the two of them.
Yeah, a few seconds over their entry time, but solid. First of the seeded heats. This is our third heat. Oliver Davis-Tuttle, Team England 1, Connor Cherrington, Edinburgh University 2, Jamie Gray, Bath University 3, Matthew Ward, Bath Performance Centre 4th, Finlay Davis, University of Stirling 5, William Riley, City Glasgow 6, Sam Adams, Hackney in 7, Zach Sheriff, Wickham District in 8. Matthew Ward will be expected to win this pretty comfortably. It's about 5 seconds, 7 seconds on paper faster. Finlay Davis 6 and a bit seconds behind. Strong start already from Ward. 4th here last year. And,
pretty firm favourite in this one, you'd think. Finlay Davis on his outside, 20-year-old from Stirling University. Got another Bath swimmer here. They're doing well this weekend. Jamie Gray from Bath University on the other side of him. He was a B finalist here last year, Jamie. But showing a clean pair of heels to the lot of them is Matthew Ward. William Riley, the Cardiff University swimmer, back in. 28-year-old up there in lane 6 as well, trying to stay with the rest of the field, but Matt Ward, very dominant here.
Very dominant indeed. 101, 51 and 52 and 62. Sherrington 102 and third. Well, some of the minor places are important for the super final. Nobody's going to touch Matthew Ward. Finlay Davis with a lot to do in lane 5 if he wants to get anywhere into the mix.
Yeah,
it looks like lane 6. He's comfortably going to be there. William Riley.
That's pretty tight though, isn't it?
It is indeed.
For second, third and fourth. Connor Cherrington was season last year was decimated by injury, and he's just starting to come back since in the winter, but he's got a lot to do against William Riley. But Matt Ward, look at him go here, looks very, very comfortable, it has to be said. 2:02.39. It's a good swim though.
Yeah, Riley 2:06, 81, 2:08.49 for Gray. Very, very easy.
Well, we can say that, can't we?
It was, yeah, yeah, we can say that.
I'm sure he had to try a wee bit, but it looked well within himself there, Matt. He's had a mixed weekend. He's been doing IMs and backstrokes, often does fly at some of these meets as well. Again, throwing things around to get that underlying race strength for the medley, but he's been focused more on backstrokes at this meet. Finlay Bruce in 1 in the next heat, the Perth City swimmer. In 2, Toby Nakamura-Drew from Plymouth College, Isaac Thompson from Mount Kelly in 3, Luke Greenbank, Loughborough Performance Centre in 4, Fergus Thompson from University of Aberdeen Performance. Oh no, Luke, yes he is. Brandon Biss from Ulster in 6, Ander Tovey from Millfield in 7, 8, Joe Jennings, Team England. Ander in 7 had a fantastic 200 fly heat yesterday. Took about 4 or 5 seconds off his entry time. See if he can match that in the 200 backstroke this afternoon. Looks like this is maybe his stronger event, Max. Oh, sorry, Xander. Let's see how he gets on.
Lane 4, Greenbank out pretty strongly again. About half a body length clear of Fergus Thompson.
Luke Greenbank in the lead, been around the scene for a long time. World medals. And just keeps going. Again, he's been diversifying, done quite a few fly events over the last few months at various meets around the country and in Europe, just to move things around a bit, give him a bit of race training on something that's not his standard event. He's been pushed hard by Fergus Thompson, a youngster from University of Aberdeen Performance Setup, who was a silver medalist at the Next Gen meet last year. Also did well at Bucks for one of the new entries. It would have been his first year. And he's pushing Luke hard here. This would be doing good, swimming against somebody the calibre of Luke Greenbank. Only 10th of a second behind at the 100. Luke's pushing away now, maybe a second up.
He's picked the pace up quite significantly in that last 50. Greenbank working fairly steadily just to pull away. He's actually working a wee bit harder than he needs to, but still looks pretty relaxed coming into the wall. I was going to say 1:59, 2:00.73. Thompson 2:04.01 and 2:05.98. Isaac Thompson. Probably good enough to get into the final for these three guys.
You think so?
Yeah.
Luke swimming well within himself there. You've got to think. Fergus was still 6 seconds off his best, so all swimming within themselves, but they know what they've got to do.
Canadian in that first heat, Schenkel shoot. Sure, he was now guaranteed another swim, and might even be the B final, the way things are shaping up.
Full complement. We have Oliver Basketball, Team England in 1, his teammate Joe Box in 2, Finn Brookhoven from Loughborough Uni in 3, Cameron Brooker, Bath Performance in 4, his teammate Jack Skeddy in 5, Nikolai Cisnet, youngster from City of Glasgow in 6, Jonathan Ireland from Team England in 7, and Charlie Phipps, the Millfield swimmer, 15 years old, in lane 8. Cam Brooker, Jack Skeddy in the same training squad as Matt Ward, who we saw earlier. Both exceptional, all three of them exceptional backstrokers. Dominated with Luke Greenbank in this event over the last few years. Cam Brooker is the one that takes out on this early heat. He was third at the European Under-23s last year, Cam, and third in this event as well. Equally as importantly, just B-finaled at the British Champs last year. That was a surprise. He absolutely stormed that B-final. Would have, from memory, got him second or third place in the A final. He just misjudged his heat. So he has experienced the not doing quite enough in the heat. I think he knows exactly what he's doing here, though. And he turns 59.09, so just slightly down on Matt Ward in the first heat, who went out pretty hard and then very much eased back. His teammate Jack Skeddy going with him. Nikolai Cisnet, only 16-year-old, the City of Glasgow swimmer, but a real talent. Junior national squad member, age group champion. And he's trying to stick with these guys, pushing ahead of lane 2, Joe Box, one of the Team England swimmers, who's just ahead of him, but only just a couple of tenths. But no doubt about it, Cam Brooker and Jack Skeddy. I hate to call it a training swim, but it
very much looks like it, doesn't it?
Just like being at that pool in Bath University. Nice 50-metre pool they've got there, and really looks very, very comfortable across these two. 2:02.44, just slightly down on Matt Ward's time, but I think they can fairly comfortable. I love the basketball coming in there. Look at that, came from nowhere on that last 50. See whether he's got himself into
that might be important
another
for
swim.
Getting to the A final.
Confirmation. There you go.
Yeah, I think 2:08
Okay.
thereabouts will be in the B final. Hopefully confirmation. 2:07.68 is
Marcel Whittle's just
your A
getting
final. 2:07.69 through to 2:08.75. Well, I think we'll shoot the Canadian in that first heat into the B final. And no equal places further down the field. So sorry to say, Tony.
So Paul's unhappy, you're happy.
Yeah.
So we're moving on now. Female 200 breaststroke, 5 heats. There's your lineup for this first one. Cara White, ran 96.1. Katie Coventry from Morpeth in 2. Irene Kaplan O'Brien from Hackney Anacondas in 3. Perry Scobie, Edinburgh University in 4. Erin Jones from Newcastle in 5. Amy McLeod from City of Glasgow in 6. Julie Salah, the University of Stirling swimmer, in lane 7. Oh, no, lane 3, sorry. So Irene Kaplan O'Brien, Hackney swimmer, who's not competing.
Yeah, we will find that we get the odd empty lane on the final day. Either the swimmers have had a really hard 2 days and pull out of one or more events, or they've just decided it's been a hard 2 days and they've headed home.
Yep. Particularly if the weather's a bit iffy, but I think we're okay on the weather front today. It's been pretty stormy elsewhere. It was pretty windy overnight, but hopefully nothing like that Beast of the East year. When was that? 2018 or something, was it?
It was something like that, yeah.
I think the only thing working in Edinburgh that weekend was the Edinburgh International meet at the Commonwealth pool.
It was, I think, the only thing it was on, yeah. It was quite a nightmare trying to logistically get in, because I'm about half an hour or so by car, and I'd travelled up from England the night before and left my car about a quarter of a mile from the house because I couldn't get into the street. Left it beside the little shops. I walked down to the car, and traffic in Edinburgh was at a standstill. There was no shops, hardly any shops open.
Yeah, I think people couldn't get any food.
Yeah.
There was no restaurants open. It was anyway. Somehow this pool managed to stay open, and we had a good meet. I think Duncan was telling me yesterday that it was actually the trials for the European Juniors, the British trials for the European Juniors that year. So there was a lot of stress about having that all happen, but a wave of meet junior records were broken that year, and with the Canadian junior team over this year, we've had another wave ripple through pretty much all the events, male and female. It's been a good spattering of them. But this has been a strong swim here from Amy McLeod out there in lane 6 from City of Glasgow. She's in the lead pretty much the whole way through. She was a B finalist at the Scottish National Short Course. Coming in strongly though, Morpeth's Katy Coventry. Oh, who's going to get it? It's going to be Katy after all that.
Just going to get this.
2:44.04. Solid heat swim for her.
Ian McLeod second, Perry Scobie in third place.
She is a Scot.
Yeah.
Chooses to be Katy, although
Katy
based in
is.
Morpeth. She was just missed out on a medal at Snags last year. And there you see the confirmation of that result. Oh, we've got a couple of missing lanes here. 5 and 6. We have Millie. Who we do have is Millie Searle. Gary in 1. Gabriella Hunt from Team England in 2. Ellie Campbell, Swim Ireland in 3. City of Glasgow's Honor McCarty in 4. Isabel Munich from Morpeth in 7. Colleen Devlin from Birmingham University in lane 8. We've got Honor McCarty here in the centre. Good youngster, 16-year-old Scottish junior squad member. Is a reigning Scottish age group champion in her age group.
Just concentrating on breaststroke. Apparently, she's got some problems with her hip and can't compete in the other events. So may have to have a wee operation, but hopefully she'll have a good solid swim in this one.
Being headed by Ellie Campbell, bronze medalist at the Irish Championships, where she did this entry time of 2:38.37. And she's looking strong, but it's very even across 4 of them. Don't forget out there in lanes 8, Colleen Devlin from Birmingham University. Been finalist at the Bucks meet just recently in Sheffield, but this is a tight race here.
Yeah, nice strong start from the Irish girl. See her entry time at that Irish meet when she was the bronze medalist, 1:16.85. All the action on the near side, which makes it a wee bit easier for us.
It's still pretty tight, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lane 1, the Gary swimmer, Millie Searle. She's also a Scottish junior national team member.
Kind of like on her year younger.
Yeah.
Very good breaststroker, both
Only
girls.
Yeah, only 15.
Age group, Scottish national age group champions, both of them, in
Yep.
their respective years.
She also got bronze at the British Next Gen meet last year, Millie, so very good, strong talent. Swam at Geneva with Scotland, where she did this entry time of 2:40.02. She was in the senior B final. It's very, very tight still.
The rest all trying to come back at her, and Honor McCarty on the charge. And I think she's just timing this perfectly, the City Glasgow swimmer. She pulled out of the junior final last night, but looking really good in this one. That was the 50 breast she didn't swim. But, excellent swim from Honor. Also good swim from Millie Serrell to just almost get second. Ellie Campbell will be a wee bit disappointed in a way that she didn't hang on to the death. But good race for all four girls on that near side.
Yep.
2:39.72. I'm sure all of them will be pretty pleased with those times.
Yeah, I think Honor and Millie should be thinking they'll get a good chance of getting into that junior final.
And a good warm-up for snags in 3 weeks' time for both of them.
So there's only 8 juniors left, so
yeah, I think they'll be in, Tony.
well,
They're certainly back for another swim, I think.
yeah, it relies on every single one of those juniors pretty much doing their entry time, so we'll see. Into the circle seeded heats: Phoebe William-Jones, Birmingham Uni in 1, Hannah Bowley, Edinburgh Uni in 2, Sophie Brassington from Swansea Uni in 3, Abby Wood, Manchester Performance Centre in 4, Nikoleta Trinkova from Povashki in the Slovak Republic, Anna Finlay, Derwentside and Gateshead in 6, Hannah Bettinson from Loughborough Uni in 7, and Anastasia Mussett from Mount Kelly in lane 8. So I'm saying this is the first of the seeded heats. Abby Wood in the centre lane. A strong 200 freestyle last night, didn't she?
Yeah,
She
she had a good
was
swim,
second after that, behind the British record-breaking Freya Colbert. She was just missed out on the final at the World Champs in this one, Abby, where she went 2:21. So pretty swift coming into this. She's a silver medalist at the Adam Peaty meet, where she actually did this 2:25 entry. So 1:10, not surprisingly, that is markedly faster than the previous heats, not surprisingly. And she looks good.
It's quite frightening, because I remember a long time ago, Tony, I was down at just a club meet, I think at Sheffield, and Abby's mum was poolside. I was officiating as on a lane, and Abby was targeted to try and get an English record. I think she was about 12 or 13 at the time. So yeah, had the pleasure of 2 or 3 of us with the stopwatches making sure that the time was spot on, and all credit to her, she did get that English record.
Very good.
So her mum might be listening in to us. If you are.
If she remembers.
Yeah, if she remembers.
So it's been a good swim here though from Abby. Sophie Brassington, the Swansea University swimmer, has come through strongly in the second half of this race, and maybe Abby's eased up a little bit, but Sophie's coming back strong. Her entry time 2:28.95, so she's going to be much closer to her entry than Abby is, and just over there.
Yeah, she's just easing down the last 30 metres or so, Abby. I think both them sub 2:30 ought to be in.
We will see.
Slovakian might on that 2:30.
Yeah.
Be on the cusp.
Top 3, you've got to be putting yourself in a good chance. It just depends whether these next heats swim to, how close they swim to their entry times.
Certainly the swimmer from Mount Kelly was well over 2:40. Esme Hall, Borough Stockton in 1. Asia Kent, Loughborough University 2. Imogen Miles, Royal Tunbridge Wells, Munson in 3. Sienna Robinson, Loughborough University 4. Anna Morgan, Edinburgh University 5. Emily McGee, Dundee City Aquatics 6. 7. Louise Bresler, Bath University 7. And over in 8. Charlotte Hardy, Edinburgh University. Just the 2 juniors in 1 and 3 in this one. Long way back is May Hall. Imogen Miles, got pretty well in lane 3 at the moment. She looks as though she, if she can keep this up, will be back for at least a swim in maybe one of the finals, or at least the junior final. Sienna Robinson, 34.01, out very strongly at this early stage. Anna Morgan, though, sticking pretty close at this early stage. Bronze medalist at the British Championships, yeah. We'll see how this one goes. She just has a marginal advantage. It's pretty tight.
It's exactly tight. It's exactly the same.
Oh, it's actually the same, yeah. A youngster from Royal Tunbridge Wells, not messing about here, Tony.
Nope.
She's certainly putting in a very solid swim. Very much it's as though they're geared to try and target some good times, the swimmers from Kent.
Yeah, they've been consistently strong across the team and the meet. So she won the B final last year at Imogen. So seeing if she can go one better and get herself into that final, and I would suggest that's almost a certainty now. She's going to win this second heat.
And maybe break the junior record into the bargain. 2:31.06 is the meet record, currently held by Ellie McCartney. I think we've got another record. Just had the one this morning.
She's going to do it, isn't she?
This is her second one. Well, that was very, very smooth swimming. 2:29.88 from Imogen. Well done to Imogen Miles. 2:28 entry time though, so I think she'll
more to come, maybe.
Possibly go faster.
Super swim there though. Yeah. She was not hanging back in that heat.
Nice how she's just gradually got that built up throughout.
Yeah, that was a really strong swim. This is building into an interesting final. One heat to go. Jasmine Carter from Mount Kelly in lane number 1. Olivia Quiller from another Royal Tunbridge Wells swimmer in 2. Shima Tagavi from Canada in 3. Angharad Evans, University of Stirling in 4. Elizabeth Booker from Loughborough University in 5. Charlotte Cope from Team England in 6. Sophie King from Mount Kelly in 7. And Niamh Savary, the Newcastle swimmer, in lane 8. Angharad Evans is fastest in. Shima Tagavi, her Canadian rival next to her, was a world junior finalist last year, but Angharad was 5th in the senior world championships. Won the British champs last year as well, where she got a Scottish record. Her Scottish record that currently stands at 2:21.86. So she's on form. We've not seen anyone any close to her today, so it'll be interesting to see how she performs. She nearly got her British record in the 100 breaststroke the other day. It was only 900s or something outside it, which is pretty impressive at this time of the season.
Very good swim. I think she kind of was quite surprised at how well she swam.
Yeah.
Be very interested to see if Gavi, the Canadian, can actually also take the junior record.
Yeah. So entry time is faster than that of Imogen Miles earlier. See what she wants to do in this heat.
It's a wee bit slower though.
It is, yeah. It doesn't look like they're anywhere near and Imogen came back very strongly. So let's see if Shima decides to do something similar. It's pretty steady here across it. We've got Shima in 3, and trying to go with Angharad is Elizabeth Booker, the Loughborough swimmer. And no slouch herself. She won the Jex Gem meet last year. And it's still Angharad, 152.63. Elizabeth second. Shima is third. I don't think she's going to be getting that record this morning anyway. Trying to stick with them as well out there. In 6 is Charlotte Cope. So this is going to get tight for finals this evening, I think. But Angharad should be pretty comfortably in.
Yeah, she'll certainly be in. It's a question of whether the young Canadian has got enough. She might be just on the cusp at 2:34.
It's going to be tight.
Be able to confirm that, but certainly a wee bit earlier on, Millie Serrell or McCarthy will have guaranteed swims. Probably the junior final, Tony.
Yeah, they'll be in that. Much faster than quite a few of those swimmers there, and they're juniors at the back end of that,
yeah,
Olivia and Jasmine. So
even half a chance, maybe one of them might even sneak into a B final. Oh, there you are.
Oh, just missed out.
Well, there you are. Honor McCarthy
B final.
in the B final, with Millie Serrell in the junior final. That's the lineup, just about complete, no equal places. So our colleague over on the other side will be saying, oh, no swim off on a 200 breaststroke that we had on Friday.
that's right.
100 fly, 6 heats for the Milan Open. Thomas Lydiard, Birmingham University 1. Thomas Sansom, Wickham District 2. Mantis Casipidis, Mount Kelly College 3. Dominic Simpson, Loughborough University 4. Ian Houston, Glasgow University 5. Ryan Hardy, Mount Kelly College in 6. Teammate Alexandra Dior-Orfir in 7. And Harley James, Loughborough University in lane 8. 55, 70, 56, 14, half a second. In fact, we don't have a lane 3. Mount Kelly swimmer. A strong start, Ryan Hardy, one of the other Mount Kelly swimmers. Wow, 25.11, that's a very impressive first 50. About a body length clear. Ian Houston, Glasgow University in second place, X-Ren 96. And he's coming through very strongly as Ewan. Might actually snatch this at the death, and Gustav thinks got this one. He takes that just ahead of Hardy, 55.28. Nice controlled swim from Ewan, nice PB as well.
Yep.
We'll just wait for that to be confirmed. There we have it, 55.62 for Hardy, also inside his entry time, and Sanson 56.59.
Solid swimming there.
Yep.
Into the next heat we have Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen Performance in 1. Benji Jeffries, University of Stirling in 2. Matthias Christoph from Mount Kelly in 3. Aquil Bello Ormeno from Team England in 4. Riccardo Lucarelli from University of Stirling in 5. Colton Dorfield, Millfield in 6. Luca Plata from Loughborough in Uni in 7. And Peter Allen, the University of Stirling in lane 8. Oh, very tight across the field. There's only 0.31 between these guys on entry, and at the moment I'm not sure there's 0.31 between them in the pool. Maybe lane number 2, Benji Jeffries, the University of Stirling swimmer. He's just got the edge. Third at the Snags last year. He was a junior finalist in this meet as well. And he's looking strong, Benji. He's also going well in 5. There's Riccardo Lucarelli, the University of Stirling swimmer. Italian swimmer, and he's looking strong here between Benji's and Luca. Riccardo Lucarelli is going to get it. No, it's Benji. 56.00. Slightly down on their entries. Lucarelli, I think, edged it for second there. Matches Christoph just behind.
Third heat, which is the last of the unseeded heats. Danny Kish, Brighton College 1. Tom Pannett 2. Ethan Sopwith Moss 3, both Loughborough University. Jensen Norris Perth City in 4. 5 is Lewis Maxwell from Derwent side and Gateshead. 6, Antonio Rodriguez is in lane 6 from Swansea University. Empty lane in 7, and Archie Minto, City Leeds in 8. I was nearly seeing Lewis Maxwell Pauls in lane 5. That's a totally different swimmer.
Yeah, it's not Lewis Maxwell Pauls. Lewis Maxwell, ex of Bath University for a while, Lewis, but now back at Derwent side in Gateshead. There's Danny Kish, 25.9.
Yeah. They'll do well to get very close to their entry times after those starts. For the level all round, Archie Minto on the far side finishing very strongly indeed. Tom Parrott, Danny Kish on the near side, very, very tight at the closing stages. It's the near side 2, 1 and maybe 4. Tom Parrott takes that 55, very strong finish, 55.39 I think it was. Which 55.65, Archie Minto in the middle lane, 56.01. Sorry, Archie Minto in the far lane, 56.01 in third. Aidan Kay, City Glasgow 1, Jacob Arnon, Swansea University 2. Abdul Jabbar Adama, Mount Kelly College 3, Jacob Peters, Bath Performance Centre 4, Dean Fern, University of Stirling 5, Stephen Kravitz, Edinburgh University 6, Tom Bailey, University of Aberdeen Performance 7, Luke Biston, Loughborough University in 8. Next away is Peters in 4. At the British Championships, and he's got maybe half a body length clear at the first turn, 24.93, the first of our seeded heats. Dean Fern, the Scottish junior record holder, turning in second, but now Adama from Mount Kelly College coming through into third place, 18-year-old juniors, so he's going pretty nicely. Nigerian. They'll take second, Peters takes first, goes for third. Fern just gets ahead of Kravitz to take third. 53.42 the winning time. Pretty comfortable swims from both Peters and Adama, 54.28. Dean Fern off the weight of 54.66 is good enough.
Into heat number 5, Leon Kim, the Canada swimmer in 1, Dion Edwards from Swansea Uni in 2, Jamie Robertson, University of Stirling in 3, Edward Mildred, Manchester Performance Centre in 4, Evan Jones, Manchester Performance Centre in 5, Andrew Bertoli from University of Stirling in 6, Anton Semenyuk, Canada in 7, Sam Sutcliffe, Ramsbottom in 8. So Ed Mildred won the 200s, looking strong. We've got in 5 on his outside Evan Jones, who got the 100 fly short course record down at the English winter meet in December, and he's either side with Jamie Robertson, who's the reigning Scottish champion. But it's Ed, 24.34, so that's a bit up on the previous heat. Dion Edwards, the Welshman, trying to go strong. Here comes Evan Jones in 5, trying to push on from Jamie Robertson. And also going well out in 7, Anton Semenyuk, who's performed very well at this meet. But look at this, Ed Mildred is dominating this one, no doubt about it. 51.78, so he storms that one. 53.96 for Evan. And Anton Semeniuk came in third in a 54 points, so that's a solid swim there for Ed Mildred. Takes that one.
Good swim from Semeniuk, the Canadian. Ruben Robotham Keating, Loughborough University 1. Callum Rose, Edinburgh University 2. Joe Litchfield, Loughborough Performance Centre 3. Josh Gammon, Bath Performance Centre 4. Lewis Fraser, Swansea University 5. Brodie Gordon Gibson, Edinburgh University in 6. 7 is Harrison Homans, Loughborough University, and 8 Rhys Edwards from Swansea University. Now the 3 lanes, 4, 5, 6, all pretty well there. Gammon, Fraser and Gordon Gibson, with Edwards over in 8.
So maybe Brodie just edging it here.
That is Brodie Gordon Gibson.
24s.
24. Leave it slow in the previous heat. Gammon and Fraser. And also trying to get into the mix here, Jamie Robertson in lane 3. But at the moment, Brodie Gordon Gibson looking pretty good. Might get overhauled here. Coming through very strongly, and he's going to take this. It's going to be 5.64. Josh Gammon 53.50, 53.80 for Brodie Gordon Gibson, and 53.87 I think it was. Lewis Fraser. Those guys will be certainly in the
no
final.
Problem in there.
Joe Litchfield 54.63 might miss out.
There you go.
Yeah, Sheminuk just gets in. Litchfield and Fern missing out on the super final. And
this one off for the first reserve.
Certainly the first reserve. So there might be 2 swimmers.
Maybe. So moving on to female 100 freestyle after this. So what we got left? 100 free for females, 400 free for men, 200 IM for females. So still plenty of good swimming to come. And in this first heat, we have Jessica Hump, the Bath University swimmer. Julie Kulik from Loughborough University in 2. Libby Broder from Birmingham University in 3. Melissa Turnbull, University of Stirling in 4. Sarah Kravitz from East Lothian in 5. Lee Bailey, Swim Leinster in 6. Layla Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian in 7. And in 8, it's Matilda Potter. Pretty even across the pool, maybe lane 4. So that's Melissa Turnbull. West Lothian once, but now at University of Stirling in her second year. And I think she's maybe just going to touch first. She does, 27.81 with Julie Kulik. Melissa looking strong. She's B finalist at Bucks and our national short course champs and our national championships, Melissa. So going strong in 8. Matilda Potter really pushing hard, and also in lane number 2. So Julie Kulik, who is tied with Melissa. Who's going to get the touch here? It's going to be lane. Just Matilda, 57.71. Only marginally ahead of Melissa Turnbull, 8/100s, who's only a couple of tenths up on Julie Kulik. 57.71, so that's a solid heat swim for them.
Paige van der Westhuizen, University of Stirling 1. Elizabeth Land, Newcastle Swim Team 2. Swansea University in 3 and 4. That's Scarlett Major 3. Rebecca Sutton 4. Marley Wisner from Canada in 5. Simona Kristakova from Povas in 6. Nellie Thornburg, Bath University 7. Katie Goodburn, Edinburgh University. Smartly away she always is, over in lane 8.
Yep, renowned for her good starts is Katie. And she's making the most of it here on this 100 freestyle.
gone out extremely strongly, as she has to do. And 27-26, Katy Goodburn turning in second, Rebecca Sutton in 4, with the advantage coming to challenge. Rebecca is a Canadian girl, Marley Wisner, who now takes it up. Katy Goodburn still in the mix though, maybe third, but it's the Canadian who's going to take this. Second will be Sutton, and very tight, Scarlett Major just getting third. Great swim from the youngster, 56.14. And that's an improvement on her entry time of 56.86.
Here we go, heat 3. Mary Ranvalley, Mount Kelly in 1, Evie Mackey from Lanark in 2. In 4, Catherine Renfrew from Edinburgh Uni, Maisie Guilford, Bath University in 5. In 6 is Connie Palmer, the Birmingham University swimmer, Rosalie Phelan, Swim Ireland in 7, and Tilly Collymore, Millfield in lane 8. Entries 56.4 through to 56.8, so pretty tight. Strong start in 5 and 7. That's Maisie Guilford, the Bath University swimmer, and Rosalie Phelan from Swim Ireland, who's third in the Irish Championships.
Lane 2 going well though. It's 5 and 2.
7:03, that's the fastest we've seen. And also going out there in 7 still, Rosalie Phelan, Maisie Guilford, Evie Mackey. It's looking like it's Rosalie Phelan who's just pushing out here. Third at the Irish Short Course, fifth at the Irish Champs. She's going to take this heat for sure. What time's she going to come in on? 56.21. That's a nice one for her. 4/10 inside her entry, so well done to her.
Very strong finish.
Maisie second, and Evie ended up in third.
Looks like a full house of swimmers for our first seeded heat. Heat 4, Megan Higgs, Millfield School 1, Sophie de Groot, Loughborough University 2, Annabelle Compton, Wickham District 3, Evie Davis 4, Lucy Hope 5, Lucy Grieve 6, all University of Stirling. Canadian in 7 is Romani Ravashi and Morgan Brophy, Edinburgh University in lane 8. Evie Davis in lane 5, out pretty smartly along with Lucy Hope. Those two just shading it from the Canadian girl Rawagi over in 7, who's there or thereabouts.
Yep.
And she might actually touch in the lead. There's not much in it. Very little between Evie and Mooney. And now Evie pulls through. And she's looking pretty good at the National Short Course recently. And still has a slight advantage, flying at the death, as Annabelle Compton. And the Canadian girl maybe got second.
Pretty sure. Got no times at the moment. Here we go. So Evie Davis did take first, 55.73 it was. Renumi Ishwaraj, 55.96 in second. Just missing out on the meet junior record. Annabelle Compton come in third.
Yeah, good swim from the Canadian girl.
Very strong. See her back, I think.
Yep. Certainly back for the final, I would fancy.
Yep.
Record's going to go in this one, Tony.
You reckon?
That? Yeah, junior record. It'll get smashed. No lane 5, so we've Emma Olsen from Tabby Sim in 1, Sophie Davis, Millfield School 2, Jessica Smelt, Loughborough University in 3, Theodora Taylor, Dolphin Dolphins in 4, empty 5, Emma Wood in 6 from City of Leeds 7, Drew McKenzie, Edinburgh University, and Canadian swimmer Kelly Choi in lane number 8, 26. Yes, you heard right. 26.56. Theodora Taylor, bronze medalist at World Juniors, and coasting down. Can we get a 54, please? It's going to be pretty close for second place. Emma Wood and Jessica Smelt. We did get a 54. Thank you very much. 54.84 smashes by 0.99 the Edinburgh International Junior record. Well
Emma
done.
Russell's record, that's been held for quite some time, I think.
Yeah, that's well, I'm going to say
5,
that's
6
probably
years.
held about 6 years.
Yeah. So well done to Theodora. Final heat. We have Sophie Ben, Kelly College in lane number 1. In lane number 2, we have Jessica Podger. In 3, Isabella O'Carroll from Birmingham Uni. Freya Anson, University of Stirling now in 4. Sky Carter from Mount Kelly in 5. In 6, Hannah Capron from Brighton and Hove. Medi Harris, Swansea University in 7. And Flavia Camsall from Mount Kelly in lane 8. So Freya Anderson, the
no show.
Reigning British. Oh, she's not here. Do apologise.
And Flavia's also no show, Tony.
Well, there we go.
So it opens it.
All for Sky Carter to take on now then, and she's got company though. Hannah Capron from Brighton, outsider. Sky was won her next gen meet. Just was at the World Juniors and European Juniors. Made semi-finals in both of them. Won the junior final at the British Champs last April in London. But it's going to be, looks like maybe Hannah Capron, the 17-year-old from Brighton's pushing her very hard. And Sky just 4 100s. I thought Hannah had got that, but clearly not. 9.5 for Carter, so gets under 56. So got to think those 3 will be in.
Yeah, a 56.5 is probably just going to be good enough.
Oh no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Wow, Marley Windsor just sneaks in. Goodness.
We're still looking for coaches or representatives, please, for Glasgow.
And there you have the lineups. So raced through there. Hope you've seen your favourite swimmer in all of them. Slight change.
Yeah, joint 25 there. Don't think it has any effect because Drew McKenzie is not a junior. Just double check that. So our final male and open event of session 7. 4 heats of 400 metres freestyle. 5 swimmers go in this one. Entry times less than a second between them all. But
it's pretty tight for a 400, isn't it?
Yeah. And you'll see the lap cards at the far end. In 2, we've got Brian Deneviv from Chelsea and Westminster. 3 is James Bodie, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4 is Troy 7 on, the Swede from Tabby Sim. 5, Alexei Densov from Plymouth College. Making up the quintet, Scott Fleming, University of Stirling. So you would on paper expect a very tight race. At the moment it's pretty close, coming down to the first 100.
Alexei in 5, Scott in 6.
4 almost in a line.
And the 100.
Here I see it, Brian almost trailed off, almost a second further back. But half a second between Denisov and Simonon.
Swimming Winter Championships. In team this year.
Still lane 6.
Yeah.
Scott Fleming, once of East Kilbride, South Lanarkshire. Scottish Academy, Senior Academy member. He was third in this event at the Scottish Open in this pool last year. And looking pretty solid here.
Don't expect Scott to be close to that 4-minute mark. I think Scott will be quite happy at something like a 4:05. I think most of these guys, if they're 4 or 5 seconds over that entry time, that's not a bad place to be at this time of the season. Scott comes down towards halfway. 2:01.34. So if we can get another 4:31 and a halves or thereabouts, maybe a 4:06. Scott is going well, Tony.
Yeah, it's looking strong.
Yeah.
Just kicking, building it up a little. See if he's going to pull away. He may well just be looking to do that 31 and a halves for the rest of the.
Had a steady year last year. That was his first year.
There you go, 30 points. So he's picked up.
Uni. This is he's now in his second year, so will be a bit more relaxed and probably a bit more focused on what he needs to do swimming-wise, and lining that up with the studying with university as well. And he's looking pretty good now, coming down towards the 300 mark.
He did pick up the pace on that last 50, and again, so he could be under the 3, 4, or 5 actually. He's not going to negative split, but he's going to get close.
But it's a very dominant swim. He's really getting the legs going now, so we may.
Well, it may well be a negative split actually.
Might get 4:02 and 4:03 here.
Yeah. He's clearly decided he was going to go pretty steady that first 100 and then build up through the rest of the race, and he's managed to do that. See if he can keep this up. Oh, that was a bit slower there.
Come on, Scott.
Easy for you to say, Robert.
Yeah,
come on. Give the boy a break.
I'll have words with you later, Scott. Maybe next Sunday at East Kilbride if you're over. But Scott's looking good. James Bodie and Troy Sevenon having their own wee contest for who's going to be best behind Scott. A good swim nevertheless from Scott Fleming. It's going to be nearer 4:05. Well, you should have listened to him at the beginning.
Should have been listening.
Yeah. You never do, Tony.
Too excited with that third 100. But
well done, Scott.
Yeah, solid swim.
James Woody, 4:07.77, 4:08.33 for Troy.
Is it confirmed?
Yeah, they can now have a shower and go away and have a wee sleep.
Bit of food first, I would think.
Spot a lunch and a sleep, yeah.
Into the next heat, 2 of 4. Josh Denham from Stirling University is in lane number 1. Samuel Sterry, Team England in 2. 2 Swansea University swimmers, Thomas Treblecock and Josh Williams in 3 and 4. Jacob Goodman, Atlantis in 5. Morgan Davies from Mount Kelly in 6. Tom Dean, University of Stirling, and isn't here. And Matthew Warburton, the Bath University swimmer, he's in lane number 8. So we got in the middle of the swimming pool here, 2 Swansea University swimmers, Josh Williams and Thomas Treblecock. They were 2nd and 3rd respectively at the Welsh Winter Meet at Swansea back in December. It's lane number 3, which is Thomas. He was 2nd at that meet, and Josh was 3rd. And Thomas actually did the time he's entered in on here, 3:55.9 at that meet. As we've said already, the Welsh swimmers having a window for the Commie Games qualifying, so let's see what Thomas and Josh can do. Thomas has gone out fast in a 57.2. It's pretty swift.
Yeah, both guys are really pushing it, first and second.
There's a B finalist last year in this meet, Thomas. Also fifth at the Bucks meet. And it's Josh and Thomas. They'll train together regularly at the Sketty Pool. That's Swansea University. And it's not a lot between them really. 0.08 of a second. Josh is slightly faster on that 50, so almost stroke for stroke. Slightly longer, rangy stroke there from Josh. Thomas has got a slightly quicker, faster turnover. Trying to go with him in 6 is Morgan Davies, the Mount Kelly swimmer. And was a junior finalist at the British Championships last April. It is still Josh and Morgan, but
pace really just dropped there.
Morgan's
both the
come
guys
through, and Josh has now got Morgan between him and Thomas, and the three of them all in a line. So it's nothing between the three of them now as they come up. Maybe it is now taking the league as Morgan Davies. Sounds like he should be Welsh, but not getting any sign of that on the info here. So it's now Morgan who's taking the lead. It's only 0.4 between him, Josh, and Thomas has responded. He's the one that's trying to fight back here. I'm sure these guys will be wanting a second swim. It's going to be tough for them to do so. They're going to get, you kind of need to get under 4 minutes, you've got to think, as a minimum.
Yeah, you would have to think that.
And that's going to be a tough ask now.
Yeah, you're probably somewhere in the 403 territory, 402.5.
Yeah, and none of these are junior. Well, Morgan's a junior, so you've got to think he is.
He'll be okay.
Pretty much guaranteed. Yep. In fact, he is, because he's the last of the juniors swimming this morning. So, struggle to see 7 of them this afternoon beating him. So Morgan is looking good here. Thomas is coming back strong. Look at this. Really pushing hard against Morgan. Josh has been challenged by Jacob Goodman. Who's going to get the touch here? Is it Thomas or is it Morgan? This could make a big difference for Thomas.
It's going to be Thomas.
4:01.66, so at least he's the fastest of the swimmers going into these circle seeded heats. So if one of them slips up or one of them isn't swimming, Thomas will be in with a potential second swim.
Indeed, yeah.
But we're just going to have to see how these next 2 heats transpire.
It's the slowest heats in the afternoon. They will be slower than 4:00:30.
Yeah, so they're in with a shout, aren't they?
Some of them in the fastest heat maybe will have a chance, but no doubt there'll be quite a handful that will swim something like 4:06, 4:08.
Yeah.
Luke McGee in 1, Loughborough University. Kieran Bird in 2, Wickham District. 3 is David Annis, University of Stirling. 4 is James Guy, Manchester Performance Centre. 5, Frederick Ashley Sparks, Wickham District. 6, Sean McCann, Loughborough University. 7, Maka Nyagnu from Portsmouth North Sea. And 8, Maxwell Adams, Wickham District. Well, there is one swimmer in this one who I'm almost certain will be back for a further swim in lane 7, Maka Nyagnu. North Sea, if he can post a reasonable time. Now, this is the first of the 2 seeded heats, and James Guy out very, very strongly. 55.59. This champion this year. And winner of this last year is James.
I think this is his annual 400
Yeah.
freestyle.
Yeah, may well be.
Oh no, actually he did it at the British Champs last year as well, but I think last year's British Champs was the first time he'd done a 400. I remember when he did it at Edinburgh International last year, it was the first 400 competitively done for quite some time, and he really smashed it. He went a fantastic swim. I can't quite remember, but it was in the 340s, 340, maybe not, 349, something like that. It was a really, really impressive swim, having not done it, and he went and followed that up at the British Championships as well. So unbelievably versatile and long-lasting servant, if you want to call it that, to British swimming. He's been unbelievable. Multi-Olympic medals, gold medals, World Championships. He's now 31 years old. And he's looking strong here as he turned in a 1:55.30, so marked up in pace from previous.
Yeah, good to see him still at 31, keeping this level of standard going. That's probably why Petey's decided at 32. Yeah, there's life in the old dog yet.
Yeah. So Freddie Ashley Sparks, he's a mere 24, and he's sticking with him. He was in that final at the British Champs that James won last year. He was also in the final at Edinburgh International, the Wickham swimmer. So that's that 2:55. So it's going to be roughly 3:55-ish, you'd think, maybe a bit faster. Freddie's going to be pushing hard. He'll need some fast swimmers to come, but you've got to think if he gets second in this one, he's got to be comfortable for a final slot. It's the guys in lanes 2 and 3 have really got to fight it out. Kieran Bird and David Annis.
Yeah.
They are less sure of getting in that final, a super final.
First 7 swimmers in this heat, Tony, turned around about, the last ones were turning around about the 3:01 mark, which was slightly faster than Thomas. So Thomas will certainly be
in the shouts.
In the shout, get him, have almost half a chance of being in the B final. Oh, that was quite comfortable swim from James Guy, 3:55.42.
So Thomas is in a B final, although as you said, Robert, there are some pretty swift 400 swimmers in this afternoon session. They're all in, some of them will be in around 4 minutes, up to 4:03, and they will see this as an opportunity if they can really land it in their heat swim this afternoon. So that's worth.
Now you can virtually say Maxwell Adams has got literally no chance of being back this evening.
But the rest of them
probably have got a reasonable chance. The 4:03 will maybe be on the cusp.
Yeah, I think that's less likely. Luke McGee, definitely better known as a 8 and 1500 swimmer, Luke. So into this final heat, we've got a few big names in this one. Luke Hornsey, Loughborough Uni in 2, Milan Wojtko, PK Azeta in Slovakia in 3, Tyler Melbourne Smith, the Loughborough University swimmer in 4, Max Litchfield, the Loughborough Performance Centre swimmer in 5, George Smith from the University of Stirling in 6, Harry Wynne-Jones, Loughborough Uni in 7, and Arthur Logan, Edinburgh Uni swimmer in 8. So Tyler, very impressive last night in the 800 freestyle. He was pushed at the beginning by Luke Hornsey, who won the 1500 on Friday. And these swimmers looking to Tyler pretty much in a line. These guys all know that they just swim within themselves, they'll still make the A final. And
probably all 7 if they swim within themselves.
Well, if they swim their times, they'll be in, but I think that's a bit of a tough ask for all of them. So they are slightly down on the time from the previous heat that was set by James Guy. So they do know exactly what they've got to do, which is pretty much get under 3:57, I would say, and that will get them in. 3:57. And it'll be a tougher ask for some than others, but it's got to be within the possibilities of them all. Luke Hornsey's not taking any chances at the moment. He's decided to pull away. He's taken Milan with him. Milan's trying to anyway, but the other 6 swimmers, well, there's nothing between them. You've got to think Tyler Melbourne Smith's going to put a little bit of afterburners on.
Yeah.
Maybe in the 3rd or the 400. It'll be see whether he waits till the 400 or whether he'll start winding it up in the 300. But Luke's just decided he's not going to mess around. 156.62. I mean, it's still over a second down on James Guy in the previous heat. He just wants to make sure, I think, Luke.
Yeah, most of the field at this point almost looking at a B final at the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taylor
coming through.
Even if it's just 2nd or 3rd, doing enough. Another 31-year-old Max Litchfield in this one in 5, showing all his years and years of experience. Better known as a 400 IMer really, but he's pretty shifty at this 400 and also the 200 freestyle. Been in many a relay squad. Has Max, and still Luke though. In with these guys, still just in the lead, 2:57.73. So he's still a couple of seconds down on James in the previous one. So they're going to be just need to push it on those 3.
Yeah.
They'll probably be pretty safe for the final.
Yeah.
It's 4th could be important.
Yeah, Milan and Harry Wynne-Jones pushing hard. Who's going to get that? I think you're right, Robert. It's going to be one of those two may miss out. It was a faster first of these seeded heats. Tyler now, and all of a sudden with 50 to go, the big guns have taken up the lead there. And Luke's trying to stick with him. He's not going to let them get away with that one. Been leading most of the race, and he'll just know that if he sticks with him, he's pretty much certain of getting into this A final, which he probably must know he is already.
Yeah,
Hornsey's just tried a little sneak past him here, and he's just decided, I want to win this one, and he does. 3:56.89.
I think Harry's
all right, isn't he?
He's fine.
Milan might struggle. Well, Thomas Trebilcock is absolutely going to be okay, isn't he? What was he? 4:01.66. So he's
George Smith on a 4:04.29. I think
going to
it's
struggle.
about 15th.
Yeah.
Overall.
So that's the last heat. Let's see the next screen. Who made it into that A final? Super final, sorry, we're calling it here. David Annis is the last one in, just under 4 minutes.
And George 4:04.29
just squeezes in, but
just at the moment.
Some of them might be under threat from this afternoon's swimmers.
Scott Fleming at the moment misses out on another swim, but with this being the last day, some of these swimmers potentially will actually pull out.
Yeah, no, we do often get people in the evening session, maybe just deciding they need to catch a flight home tonight or a train home this evening rather than wait till tomorrow morning. So we will just have to wait and see. We're into the final event this morning, swimming. And in this we have 5 heats of female 200 IM. And we'll see, but yesterday with the 200 female freestyle at the end, we did save the best to the last. Let's see what we can get this time. British record from Freya Colbert in that 200 freestyle last night, and she's up again in this 200 IM. And it's a slightly tougher British record to get in this 200 IM.
Yeah.
Siobhan Marie O'Connor, it's been around for some time, 2:06.88. So we'll see where we get to. No pressure though. It's Lexi Dunn who's taken this one out. She's got with her in this one Isabella Thanasalusas, Hackney Anacondas in 2, Constance Logan, Brighton swimmer, back in again in 3, Lexi Dunn in 4, Louise Bressler, Bath Uni in 5, and Lily Green, Mount Kelly in 6. And we saw Constance do a good turn of backstroke earlier, and she's come through very strongly on that one, as you might expect. 107.33. Let's see what the breaststroke's like here for all these swimmers. We'll maybe expect lane 4, Lexi Dunn, to come through a bit strongly here. Also going well, it looks like, in 5. It's Louise Bresler, sorry. Sorry, there's no lane 6. I did say Lily was in, but she's withdrawn. So it's very tight between these 3, actually. And not a lot between them at all as we come up to the wall. It is maybe just Louise Bresler.
This is the best breaststroke here. You see the splits.
Yeah.
Which will clearly show how much faster
3 or 4 seconds, look at that.
Yeah.
Often the way, especially on this turned IM, if you can get a good 50 breaststroke, you are in with a shout. And that's been the case here, because you then get the momentum going into the freestyle. You've got the speed coming out of that breaststroke. It's very difficult if you've had a slow breaststroke to pick yourself up for that freestyle. Constance is trying her best in lane 3, but I don't think she's got it enough meters in the pool to catch Louise, and she comes in a 2:24. So that's pretty tight on her entry, so well done to her. Constance second.
Pretty steady swimming from all 3. Next heat, last of the unseeded heats, is Rebecca Reid, 1, Aberdeen. 2, Emily Maxwell, Derwentsside and Gateshead. 3, Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian. 4, Charlotte Thompson, Edinburgh University. 5, Anna Farr from Loughborough University, teammate Proka Ludwig. 6, 7, Millie Serrell from Geary, and 8, Serena Vreewick, Kelly College. In fact, Emily Maxwell, no show in lane 2, so just the 7 in this. Lily Mundell, the hard swimmer, out strongly in lane number 2.
This is her only swim this weekend, actually. I've not seen her at all.
No, she had a swim, I think, on Friday.
Okay. A real talent in Scottish junior swimming. She's a member of the junior national squad. She's reigning national age group champion in this one. And this is probably not one of her stronger events. I think she's probably using this as a bit of a training swim through to the British champs in April. She'll have snags in between, but I suspect the British will probably be as big a target for her as Scottish age groups.
I'm sure she did a 400 free on Friday morning.
Yeah, neither of these are her main events, I would say.
Very much for practice.
Yeah, definitely. Using the weekend as a training weekend.
That's what a few of these swimmers may well have been targeted. I think Lily Mundell has certainly been pitched in for maybe 3 events, just to see, right, okay, let's see how we perform in these. But she'll have snags, possibly the British, to look forward to in the coming weeks.
I think in her main
a very good freestyler as well as a strong breaststroker.
Yep.
49.65, and you expect her to push on now.
Yeah, particularly strong in breast and free, but she's really come on in the backstroke and her fly in the last couple of years as well, and was very much a 50 into 100, but she's improved her range as well up into the 200s and becoming a very complete junior swimmer. And, she comes in now, finishing very strongly in this one. Entry time for her was at 2:22, and she's going to be pretty close to that. So that's
bang on her entry time.
Good gauge of where she's at, really. She should be pretty pleased with that. She's now in that phase of swimming where when she was 12 to 15, every race was pretty much a PB. But now they're more selective as they come along, but when they come along, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's an equal PB perhaps.
Exactly. So
we'll
take that.
Converted short course.
Yeah, it might be. You never know. Yeah. Okay, into heat 3. Sophie King, Mount Kelly in 1. Marlee Windsor Canada in 2. Chloe Bowen from University of Stirling in 3. Leah Schlossen from Manchester Performance Centre in 4. Shola Robinson, Loughborough Uni in 5. Anna Farrow, Bath University in 6. Evie O'Halloran Hutchison is swimming today in lane 7. And Lacey Roberts, Team England, in lane 8. So a full complement here. This is the first of the circle heats. Leah Schlossen in lane 4. Third at this meet last year. And also third at the British Champs. Got second in Bucks long course meet just a couple of weeks ago. Second behind Freya Colbert, who's yet to come. 29.35. Not surprisingly, that's our fastest split so far.
Yeah.
So you'd expect her to be pretty dominant in this one. She's much faster than the rest of this field on entry. Chloe Bowen, the Guernsey swimmer, won the Island Games, Chloe, out of lane 3. And she's got some catching up to do here. So turning in a 105.39. Clear in the lead. Let's see if Chloe and Shola have anything on this breaststroke. Both pretty solid breaststrokers, so they'll want to consolidate their second and third places. Perfect arrow in the pool, just about. Oh, maybe lane 8's spoiling that one, so we'll forgive you that, Lacey. I think we're now on a perfect arrow, so that's
okay.
good.
We'll
well
let her
done.
off.
Thanks for that,
Yeah,
Lacey.
thank you.
You can come back a bit faster now. So, but Leah Schlossen, 142.83. Pretty strong here. Chloe did take second now, and she's clear of Shola Robinson. And that's going to be it in terms of the 1, 2, 3 in this one. Leah looking nice and comfortable.
Nice arrow formation, but we're not going to get it as the seeding, Tony.
Yeah, now you're asking for perfection, Robert.
I know.
And, we'll go with that one. But Leah has a very nice, steady heat swim, 2:15.51. That's pretty solid, I would say. Chloe coming in second, 2:18, which is only a couple of seconds off her entry time. And Shola takes third, so that's a nice, steady heat swim for Leah. Just making no mistakes there. 2 heats to go. Sophie Davies, the Millfield swimmer, in 1. Shima Tagavi, Canada, in 2. Evie Mackey from Lanark in 3. Amelie Smith.
In fact, we've got a couple of empty lanes.
We do, no 1s and 2. So Evie Mackey is first in. Amelie Smith from Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson's in 4. Susie McNair, University of Stirling, in 5. Maxine Clark from Canada in 6. Clementine Lovell from Mount Kelly in 7, and Seren Talentire, the Morpeth swimmer, in 8. Amelie Smith has had a cracking meet. She won the 400 IM last night. Pretty sure she got the... Did she win the 400 IM? I think she did.
Yeah, she did win the 400.
She got at least the junior record, if not the senior. She won this event last year. She's a regular to this meet, Amelie. And not in amongst that, was second at the World Juniors as well last year. So a real new force in British IM swimming, following on from quite a pedigree. Freya Colbert, Katy Shanahan, Abby Wood, right the way back to Siobhan Maria Connor. There's a real, and Hannah Miley as well. So just carrying on that line of IM female swimming in GB swimming, and she's well ahead here, 103.06. And her entry time is 2:10. Katie's junior record at this meet is 2:15. I'm not sure she's going to get that this afternoon, but this morning, sorry. We'll see at the end of this breaststroke leg how far onto that she is. She's got Evie Mackey and Susie McNair. They had a battle yesterday in the heat of the 400 IM, which Evie won, but Susie was having none of that and was a few metres ahead of her in the final. So 142.02, Well, she may well be.
Yeah, I think this.
Emily's may well be getting Katy Shanahan's junior record. And at the behind him, Susie McNair's not, I think, going to have Evie beat her in the heat this time. Let's see where we get to, but look at this, Emily Smith, bit of a procession, and
junior
she's
record's going to go quite by a couple of seconds.
This is very, very strong heat swimming. 2:13.68. My goodness. I mean, that's that looked comfortable, and that's 2 seconds faster than Katy's record.
Yeah.
Susie McNair takes second. The Scottish senior team member, and a 2:19, which is not bad for her in that heat swim. And Evie Mackey, there you go, 2:20, which is only 4 seconds off her entry, but another record.
Yeah, that puts Evie Mackey in 5th spot for the for the final. I'll take part in this one. We have Izzy Blackhurst, Birmingham University 1, Kelly Choi, Canada 2, Beatrice Valley. From Plymouth College 3, Freya Colbert, Loughborough Performance Centre 4, Candice Hall, Common City Sheffield and 5, Avia Holonsky from Mount Kelly College 6, Emma Price, Borough Stockton 7, and Phoebe William Jones, Beckenham University in lane 8. Freya Colbert 2:09.30. Oh, she does this, that would take the meet record. We wouldn't expect that this morning in the heats. Candice Hall close behind in second. Beatrice Valley a wee bit further back. And, you don't really expect these swimmers to push it on too much. Freya Colbert looking pretty good at this early stage. University is just late, and just taking it out pretty steadily. A little bit slower than the previous heat, about a second. Both she and Candice Hall, so much experience. Two of them almost together on the breaststroke section.
Just taking it pretty steady, aren't they? They know what they've got to do to get in to centre lane.
And Varley also just picking it up a wee bit, but not working terribly hard. She's pulled clear in 3rd. So those 3 all look pretty comfortable. 1:44.31. I think Beatrice is going to come back in about a 33 to get into that final.
And, Freya just picking up a wee bit on that freestyle, just making sure she's ahead of Candice Hall. Not sure she'll really care what lane she's in, but nice and steady. She'll be still recovering a wee bit from that 200 free last night. 2:16.63. So she'll go in 3rd place maybe.
And Beatrice Valley, if I've done my maths right, is 8th.
Let's see if the abacus has worked its magic again.
It has, yeah. Beads are doing their utmost. We will
be worn out this
morning.
We'll
let the screen in a moment confirm my abacus.
There you
we
go.
are, 2:20.8.
Crystal ball and abacus working all at once.
Yeah.
Very good.
20.96 missing out.
Lily getting into that B final there. Louise Bresler just missing out. But we'll see where we get to.
Yeah, thankfully no equals, so no swim off on the 400 IM. Thank goodness for that.
So I think that's the swimming close for this morning. Thanks to everybody for watching in. I hope you've had good entertainment. We'll be back again at 12:25 for the next lot of heats. Same events, slower qualifiers this afternoon, and then the final this evening will be starting at 5 o'clock. But until the next session, I'll say thank you from Robert and myself. Thank you for your company, and hopefully see you either this afternoon or this evening.
Thank you.